Namaskar. Welcome to Verdict 2024. Surprise, surprise, surprise. We had told you two things and we have been proven right. One, we said that whatever was coming as exit polls, we have no faith in it, and that is being proven right. The race is much tighter. Two places where unexpected results are coming, Uttar Pradesh as well as in Maharashtra. And we also said that Annamalai is going to find the going difficult, and it is the DMK candidate who is going to be winning in case Annamalai can't make it past the win line. So we are proved right in both these cases. There are some green shoots. For example, in Tamil Nadu, at least 2 or 3 seats are in fray. One unexpected one, which is Tirupur, where BJP is said to be leading. So we'll see. This is just early times. The surprise in Samajwadi Party is the one that has got everyone sit up and take notice. Of the 80, it is said that 39 are with BJP and 41 are with Samajwadi Party. That this might be not a fluke is borne by the fact that Rajnath Singh is trailing and so is Smriti Irani. Kishori Lal is leading. So these are things that are beginning to make people wonder and say, what is going on? Is it something that they have messed it up badly? Now everybody will start asking questions. What is going on? Why did BJP perform so poorly in Uttar Pradesh? I'm still saying that don't worry, because this is just the first or second round of ballot counting, and you know that one community is growing at a faster pace than the others. So these kinds of things will be expected, but overall the story will get averaged out. So I was looking at the overall count of the 543, and I saw that BJP had started out at a 320 and it has come down to 285. But and the India Alliance is now at 227. I'm looking at the worst case numbers. Okay, this is one particular channel which is showing anything a little bit more in favor of Indy. The other ones are more like 300 for NDA and 200 or 195 for the India Alliance. The clue that this is going to change will be from, again, two places. One is Uttar Pradesh and the other one is from West Bengal, because in West Bengal what we are seeing is initially it looked like BJP was leading in 25 and now it is 20-20 or something, one up, one down, that sort of situation. I don't think DMK is going to run away with this. This has been Tamil Nadu's verdict. Like in 2014, Jayalalitha won all but 1 or 2, and I think in 2019 DMK won all but 1 or 2. But in 2024, it's not going to be that way. I feel that these are all initial trends, and one can't take too much information from this. We have to wait till maybe 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock. Certainly, the India Alliance is on the ascendancy now. And again, it is riding on Samajwadi and success and Maharashtra, where they are saying that the numbers are not quite favorable to BJP as originally thought. Also, Chhattisgarh, again, it is half and half. That I kind of doubted, because BJP hasn't really done anything bad to lose that many seats there. So is Chhattisgarh and Jharkhand. Jharkhand also, there is a little bit of one way or the other. So take this as a way that we have to wait and see how this thing plays out. Now, the interesting thing is, look at the voting percentage. BJP has already got 40+% and Indy is at 27%. So how is it that the indications are so strong for the India Alliance? I think what it is sometimes what happens is that to just get people's interest, to get higher TRP ratings, people will try to create a story and slowly it will just ebb away, just like soda fizz goes away. I'll give you an example. When I started watching like 8 a.m., the YouTube channels of Republic, Times Now, and others started. Republic started out around 16,000, and these guys, Times Now was at 46,000 or something like that. It went up to 60,000 in Times Now, and I see now things are falling away, and so they'll do something to create it. And what people are also thinking is that maybe the freebies are working in Uttar Pradesh. I kind of doubt it. We have to wait and see. Like I said, freebies will give you initial kick up. Don't wait for some more time. This is not going to be as a runaway a victory as BJP might have thought. And some of the things that we are seeing now, why is it so difficult for BJP? Perhaps is because of the exit polls. Exit polls said one thing, and why somebody would bump it up in exit polls and not have it so good in real life is again a question that people are going to ask. So we are waiting for other guests. Some of them may be able to take a break from their TV studios to come in and talk to us, and we have to wait and see how this plays out. I'm seeing some other interesting stuff here. Trend looks like BJP is not winning as expected. Delhi Rajagopal, like people have damaged BJP very much. Come on now. Don't write off anybody in politics. I don't think any one individual is going to make that much of a difference unless there is something, it's a big mistake. BJP didn't make any big mistakes. And the freebies, I don't think that's going to sway people. I mean, if it sways people, then that is really sad, because there is no way they can fulfill those promises. You have seen that. It's not like this time this is going to be different, because you've seen that Congress couldn't do it in Himachal Pradesh. Congress couldn't do it in Karnataka. They have done some half-baked stuff, and that is also beginning to bite them quite hard. So if the people are going to fall for freebies, then this is what it is. I mean, you are going to get the government you deserve. I certainly think that Modi is head and shoulders above everybody else, and the real numbers will start showing in probably in about, I would say, another 1 hour, where things will be becoming clearer. Shankar, Uttar Pradesh is shocking. Well, don't yet give up. I think this is a big state. Okay, this is a big state, and sometimes these things do happen. The counting is going on the west and on the east. On the east, there is slightly higher Muslim population. If it is possible that yes, EVM counting has started. I think it started about half an hour ago. In fact, the numbers you are seeing is after EVM counting. Postal ballots were still quite pro-BJP. Remember that postal ballots are those who are from armed forces, who are in outstations, who can't go to a place to vote, or posted abroad, like missions, Indian missions, things like that. And I have been looking at some Tamil channel sites, and the numbers are very, very low, guys. I mean, 1,200 for one. The next guy, he's leading. The guy behind was at 900. So now you have to give some number. You have to give some time to average it out across various constituencies within a particular parliamentary constituency, assembly constituencies. I mean, see, I'll tell you another interesting thing. The way the counting is going to happen has changed since 2019, and the way that for example, let's say you have 6 assembly constituencies forming an MP constituency. It's a round robin. You do one ballot from one box from the first constituency, second one, third one, fourth one. This happens in some places. In some places, it's only 1, 2, 3. In others, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It depends upon the size of the constituency. Every one is now 20 lakhs, 25 lakhs. So it is tight. Initially, I've seen always these things are tight. Like, for example, even the worst case scenario, which India Today was projecting, it had gone to 260 for BJP and 230 or so for India. Now it is pulling back. In Times Now, I saw it's even more pronounced towards BJP. So who knows where the data is coming from? These are people who are stringers, meaning like somebody is just waiting outside a counting station. The people inside could be, putting it out as each round gets counted. Various sources. So these sources are not as reliable as you would expect. I still feel that it is BJP's election and that NDA is going to come. Maybe around the same number is maybe around the same number as before. That is Narendra Modi. There is a prediction here. It's second ballot, and like I said, there are many variables that are still at play. Don't get too worried. Maybe the verdict is not going to be as big as originally thought. 400 was a number. It was something that they wanted to hit. I again see India Today also up revising NDA and down revising. Up revising NDA and down revising Indy. Both sound so similar. It's easy to get confused. So these things will happen, and so what people are doing, I'll tell you, people are channel hopping. Let me see what this guy said. Let me see what that guy has said. Let me see how this guy is doing. So in these hops, what happens is people will be, sitting in the background. We are a very lean team, so we don't have that benefit. If you stay with us, you stay with us. If you don't stay with us, you don't stay with us. But some of the people say, oh, no, people are deserting. Let us increase the interest. Let's make this thing a little bit up. Because these are all interim results. Nobody is going to hold a gun to your head and say, look, you forecasted wrongly at this point of time. They say, oh, yeah, it's possible. I got this data. So the real data, if you want, it should be from 𝗤𝙬𝗎.gov.in. And I'm going to request our editor to bring up 𝗤𝙬𝗎.gov.in, and let us take a look at what those numbers say, because 𝗤𝙬 is more measured and these are the actual numbers. And can we zoom in, please? What we are interested in is the table, because that's where the maximum impact will be. The actual okay. So here you can see out of 475, I am able to see BJP is in the lead in 217, 280. It's still too small. I don't think people can read it on a phone. So I don't know if you can make it bigger. Wow, it's going into a tizzy. This is a Google chart. I know Google chart will do something like this when you try to zoom it up. So it's not a bitmap. Let it go. Let's just go to the party-wise result status as like a table on the right-hand side. Yeah, this gives us a better indication. Stay on the top because that's what we are to look at. So the BJP is at 218. Congress is at 81, certainly higher than we thought. Samajwadi Party is at 28. And All India Trinamool Congress is at 18, and Telugu Desam is at 15. That is, Andhra Pradesh has been a big sweep for the NDA so far, at least. Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam is in lead in 14, and Janata Dal United in 10. This is Bihar. Shiv Sena Uddhav is in 9. Shiv Sena Shinde is in 7. National Congress Party is in 7. YSRCP is 5. Lok Jan Shakti Party Ram Vilas is in 5. Rashtriya Janata Dal is in 4. You guys can read this thing. I'm just reading it for those who can't. So Aam Aadmi Party, surprise, is having 4, which to me is a surprise. I think this is mostly in Punjab, maybe 1 in Delhi. Delhi is going from 7-0 for BJP to 6-1 for BJP. And Kurukshetra, Hoshiarpur, Anandpur Sahib and Sangrur. So these are all the places where Aam Aadmi Party is leading. So it is all in Punjab. Sangrur is a surprise because Simranjit Singh Mann was the outgoing member of parliament. I've told you about this man. 35,000 to 70,000 votes for rupees for one letter saying that this person is being discriminated for his religious beliefs, and that they could use that letter to get themselves a permanent residency card in Canada or in any of the West countries where they were looking at this. So I think he is also losing. So why does it happen? He was actually giving good things, right? Sangrur is the border district. He was giving these letters. Of course, he was collecting some money. Then why is he losing? These are all some of the unanswerable questions about voting patterns. And I expect that things will change. We have to wait and see. Like I said, again, the Indian National Congress has gone up a little bit. The BJP has gone down a little bit. Congress, where is it doing well? It is doing well in Uttar Pradesh. See, again, this is the thing. Uttar Pradesh is such a big state that even a small swing can make a big difference in the final numbers. For example, Kishorilal Sharma defeating Smriti Irani would be a huge surprise. I heard that in Rai Bareilly as well as in Wayanad, Rahul Gandhi is leading as of now. So what changed? Will UP also fall for the freebie jumla of 1 lakh rupees a year, takatak? Well, is Rahul Gandhi going to be the Prime Minister? I don't think that is going to happen, because he is disqualified on the same grounds that Sonia Gandhi is disqualified. And the numbers that they are getting is, this is Andhra Pradesh for Bharatiya Janata Party. Daggubati Purandeshwari, who is the daughter of N.T. Ramarao, she is in the lead. Anakapalli also. So these are all the different constituencies for for BJP. First one also is Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh. Second also is Andhra Pradesh. And you have in Arunachal, Kiran Rijiju is having 47,000 votes. He's also leading. I can go on. Let's take a look at the bigger picture. How are the bigger trends looking like? Because bigger trends will tell you that whether it's going to be a hung verdict or it's going to be a big win for BJP. At this time, it is 288, which means BJP will still form the government. But I don't think this is 288 as per 289 now, as per India Today, which has been very conservative, has been pushing the other ones higher. Can you pull up Times Now? I'm curious what Times Now is showing right now. I can also go and look at it on my screen here. Just give me 1 minute. So if you look at Times Now, it's on it's on a break right now. But if you look at them, there they are saying that NDA is at 301. And there you go. You got it. 300 and 212. So this is Times Now, and India has about 10 or 15 less for NDA and the same number higher for Indie Alliance. So these are all some of the trends. I saw Rajagopal sitting there in Times Now, and so is 𝗣𝗚𝘂𝘁 𝗀𝘀, two of our regular guests. They are there. And the interesting thing here, Karnataka, they are saying that BJP is only 17 and and Congress is 11. That's a big surprise. But look at Andhra Pradesh. BJP plus is 21, practically sweeping, and BJP again is in the lead in 9 out of 17 seats in Telangana. Telangana is a huge surprise because it was expected that they won't go beyond 7, and they are already leading in 9. Again, look, it's still too early. Sometimes they can pull it back a tag. And ADMK is in lead in 5. That I find it a little hard to believe. I think, if anything, BJP should be winning at least 2 seats, Tirunelveli as well as Vellore. We'll see. Certainly, you can see that in Kerala also there's 1 seat where the NDA is in the lead, which is BJP, because there's only BJP there. That may change because we are hearing that Thiruvananthapuram Shashi Tharoor is leading, but that lead is very, very slender. We are going to try and see if we can get some numbers. In the meantime, I'm going to try and see if I can get any of our friends to go. We're going to take a small break. We'll be right back. So I'm reaching out to some of our usual guests if they can take a break from where they are to join us to tell us a little bit more about where the trends are going. But as you can see, this is not as easy. This is not as much of a cakewalk for the NDA as it was expected. Who knows? Did the Uttar Pradesh population fall for 1 lakh freebie? Is it even possible? I mean, they are already getting 5 kilos of rice, 5 kilos of wheat, and 5 kilos of other things like dal and things like that. That is quite a bit of money, and that is being borne by the taxpayer of the country. And are they going to expect more? If people are going to fall for this gimmick, I'm afraid democracy is the biggest loser here. Because after all, capability wise, do you think an Akhilesh Yadav can run this country, assuming that he has the most number of seats? Or Rahul Gandhi is definitely not going to make it. So who's going to be the prime minister? Shashi Tharoor? Well, that's an intriguing prospect, because they'll have to finally pick somebody who is probably a little bit more versatile in languages. But I haven't seen Shashi Tharoor speak any Hindi, so that could be a problem. So who knows? Anyway, these are all speculations at this point. The earth hasn't fallen from underneath. The thing to look for, in my opinion, is the switching of the trend. And I think that has already happened, in the sense that it was 290 to 20 before, and now it is 300 to 10, and it has been holding for a while. And you can see that in Uttar Pradesh, it was 3941, it is now 3940. You have to look at those smaller trends to see which state, which party is holding it, while the other party is going up and down, because that would indicate that these are all trends based on somebody's input. Like I said, this is not an exact science. We are better off looking at the ECI, which actually is doing a good job. They are updating it on a periodic basis. Here you go. Tharoor was leading last time I checked. Now he's trailing by 2,183 votes. I stand by my shorts that I had given, which was, I don't know if you can load that shorts, about Kerala could have a surprise of 7 seats. And I'd be curious what is happening at Patnamthitta, which is where Anil Antony is. Please play that. On something, it usually has some substance. Now, I have done some research on my own as far as Kerala is concerned, and there may be a surprise, a good one, for the BJP there. They could win up to 7 seats. How is that possible, you ask? Well, there are 4 major voting blocks, or at least 4. These will be the ones who could be prospective BJP voters. The Iravas, the Nayars, the Christians, mostly Pentecostal and Catholic, and of course the CPIM, who are now thinking of voting Hindu. So if all of them, at least 40 to 50% of them, vote with the BJP, there is no reason why the BJP could not post up to 7 seats in Lok Sabha. That would be a very pleasant surprise. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to. You get the idea, right? 7 seats is what would be in play if 40% of these 4 communities voted for the BJP. What are the reasons why they would do that? Kerala story. One movie, because in that, I don't know how many of you watched the movie. There are 3 girls, if I remember, who get jihadified, love jihad. One of them is a Christian, and actually she dies, if I remember correctly, in the movie. So the Christians are feeling the heat that the Hindus have been feeling also, and this is basically for them a matter of survival. In fact, even for Hindus, it's a matter of survival in the northern districts of Kerala. And so this is expressing itself in this way. Wait and see how this plays out. Kishori Lal currently is leading by 15,000 votes. That's a big surprise. Let us look at UP to tell us what is going to happen, because if UP doesn't give a decisive verdict for BJP, that would mean that some of the things that they are planning to do, they may have to slow it down. Let's see what UP is looking like. Can you put it up, please? Yeah. Right now, BJP is in lead in 36, SP in 33, Congress in 7, RLD in 2. So 36 plus 2, 38, and 𝗂𝗃𝗃𝗃 is, I'm not sure if that is with Hindi or with BJP, but Apna Dal is with BJP. So 39 and 40, 39-40. That's how these numbers are stacking up here. And I have a feeling that this is not going to sustain. The reason is Ram Mandir is in Uttar Pradesh. If it can't make an impact there, where else will it make an impact? So we have to wait and see how this plays out. Now I always keep looking at one particular channel to see the trend, how the trend is moving. Watch for the trend rather than anything else. Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to reach out to 𝗤𝙗𝙗 𝗢𝙠𝙤𝙤. So far, only 2 rounds have happened. And like I said, look at the overall trend. And BJP, or I should say NDA, is holding at 300 plus. They are still holding firm at 300 plus. And the Indy is around 212. Certainly, Indy has done well, thanks to SP's leads, initial leads at least. We have to wait and see how far this will hold. 2 rounds, and remember, this constituency sizes have become even bigger than before. And DMK also is, of course, one of the India partners that is also doing well. DMK was expected to do well. DMK has been told, I mean, it has been believed, because this is a fixed match between the two Dravida parties that is being borne out again and again. And all our calculations go out the window. For example, if ADMK polls less than 20% in any of the triangular contests, if that happens, then one has to wonder where the ADMK vote has drifted to. And it has been known from before that even when it was in alliance, ADMK and BJP, the BJP voter would vote for ADMK, whereas the ADMK voter would vote for DMK, not for BJP. So there was this observation, which is why BJP also was not unhappy that these guys had left the alliance. Clearly, what was talked one-on-one was sort of a warning to EPS that if you get our vote but you don't transfer your vote to us, then what good is an alliance? That was a question that was asked, and he couldn't answer. So these are all games that politicians play, and you have to expect any kind of low-handed dealings. Who knows how much money has changed hands? Certainly, Uttar Pradesh is a huge surprise. One of the other things an astute observer had told me was that why is it that Yogi is not campaigning this time? Why is it that any other leader, for example, like 𝗤𝗃𝗃𝗿 𝗏𝗏 or some of the younger chief ministers, why were they not campaigning? What about the Gujarat chief minister? What about the new Rajasthan chief minister, Madhya Pradesh chief minister? Why have they not been seen campaigning? Have they campaigned and they were only shown, here and there? Because at least in the overall narrative, all one saw was Modi and Amit Shah. And if the electorate gets tired of that, sometimes it is not your fault. Sometimes they just get tired. And if somebody else is showing a brighter bulb, even if the bulb is not going to last very long, at least as long as the attention span is there and the person is showing the bulb, maybe they'll just say, okay, well, this seems more interesting. Is that what is happening here? Now again, the trend has shifted in the reverse. I'm seeing that BJP plus combined has come down to 296, while the just give me 1 second, while the Indy alliance has gone up a little bit. One thing is for sure, Rahul Gandhi campaigned much harder, much sharper attacks, and he was willing to bend the laws. And by the way, at 6 a.m., I had released one video about foreign interference in India's elections. There were 8 countries, and France, a lot of websites from France, a lot of websites from Germany, Israel's company Zeno software was also used. So what you and I don't know is, if somebody had a smartphone in Uttar Pradesh, what was the message that was given? This is something that is very difficult to control. For instance, I cannot access 𝗣𝗚𝘃𝗿 from US. Only my team from India is able to access it. So they did shut off these ports. Any access from outside of India was not allowed. Even for many other things in websites in India, I can't access them easily, where there is some security concern. So the same thing you can't do with social media or other things. So is that the reason? Is there a disagreement in the party? For instance, there was one statement that JP Nadda made, that the BJP does not require RSS anymore. That was, I think, at the end of the 5th round. Is it possible that the RSS got really unhappy? They stayed away. I can tell you, the way things work for BJP is, when they take that, they cross every T and dot every I. If they don't do that, then BJP does not score well. There is a certain amount of reluctance, shyness, what have you, and they may just not be willing to do that. It is also known that after the first round, the leadership in BJP got a little concerned. They were concerned because of the lower turnout, and they decided to up the shrillness of the campaign. That's why Prime Minister Modi mentioned statements like Mangal Sutra and things like that. I was a little strong, right? I'm not saying that that was the only reason, but you could see the heat. They could feel the heat. As to how far this is going to go back, will BJP not be even to come to power? I don't think so. I believe that they will come to power. It is just a reduced majority. And if by itself BJP cannot make it to 272 plus, then it is anybody's guess as to who will be the prime ministerial candidate. Anybody else who will want to be part of the NDA, they may demand that it should not be Modi who will be the. Interestingly, Times Now just went off air. I don't know why. The YouTube link is just not working. Yeah, it's gone dark. And let's see how India Today is doing. I have all these things on. Okay, in India Today, the numbers have again stabilized. 288 for NDA, 223 for Indy, and the number of people watching is 61,000 here. Times Now, I'll tell you how many people are watching. Of course, now it has gone dark, so many people would have drifted away. But last time I checked, they were quite low. Hang on a second. Let's look at Republic TV. How's it going? So here is the scoop, guys. Republic TV, which has 6.18 million subscribers, 15,000 are watching. And I'll give you the corresponding numbers for India Today, right? In India Today, let me see. In India Today, the subscriber count is 9 million and 63K are watching. The difference is that India Today is showing Indy as 10 plus more than what the NDA number is, and that 10 is coming from the NDA. So there is some funky thing going on. That's all I can tell you. Let's go take a look back at
your show, and the fact that I've been also 22 years in the party. I think we need to wait for the 6th or the 7th round to have a final.
Okay, now switch over to Republic, please.
In terms of the exit polls speak of a massive
Can we switch to Times Now, please? They have gone dark. I don't know why. It's very curious why they would have gone dark. Also, in Republic, the numbers are slightly different. It's about 10 higher. And if you look at Times Now also, it was showing a slightly higher number for NDA and lower number for India Alliance. So we are still at India Today. We have not changed away from there. I'm just looking at my panel to see what is coming up. So why is this happening? I have told you that when the numbers are being played as closer, it draws more eyeballs. Is that what is happening? Because I still feel that Samajwadi Party couldn't be getting that many seats, no matter what happened, because the promise being a promise, they still know that that's not going to make a huge difference. So here is Republic, NDA is 291 and Indy is 221. So there also it is catching up a little bit. And again, the big surprise is coming from what should I say, Uttar Pradesh, and a little bit from Maharashtra also. These are the two places where there is a big surprise. And now BJP is down to 7 in Telangana, and BRS is showing its head. They're going 1. And AIMIM, of course, that was expected. I told you that it's not going to change. But in Andhra, they are doing spectacularly well. So Delhi, again, we told you India Alliance is probably leading in 1. I think that will change over time. But we have, at this point of time, that is what is happening. But there are some glum faces in terms of the anchors who may have expected a cakewalk. I'm a little bit more like, you will get what you want. I still feel that NDA will cross 300 plus, but it was a 345, and now it is a 300, and this would be because of Samajwadi Party. Again, 2 rounds out of 15, 18, 20 rounds, who knows how things go. Even if one party at the end is leading by 1 vote, that party that is the winner. So we have to see the overall effect of all these freebies. I can't see of any other reason why people will be voting for Indy other than this takatak 1 lakh per year promise that Rahul Gandhi made in his speeches. Because towards the end, even Priyanka was making those speeches. A hint that things could pan out differently was seen from a couple of rallies that were jointly hosted by Akhilesh Yadav and Rahul Gandhi, where the crowd control became a problem. That many people had gathered. Maybe then, see, this is the place where NDA guys are trying to laugh it off, saying that they wanted to come and see a comedy show. That's what Rahul Gandhi's speeches had become. But money is a powerful motivator. Whether they can deliver or not, it will take 5 years before they can change their mind, right? So what is going to happen? Is this the end? But then if money is the reason why Uttar Pradesh is moving away, then the same promises were made in Bihar also. In Bihar, we are not seeing that trend. So see, that's where I'm seeing the surprise is only in Uttar Pradesh. Please understand this. The surprise is only in Uttar Pradesh so far. In West Bengal, it looked like BJP was running away, and then now it is on even. It's 18-20 or something like that. And that's how it will be at the end, I think. Maybe 2022, 23. But like I said, a lot of rounds to go. So we can't really take it for granted that it's going to go one way or the other. So one surprise, big surprise in Uttar Pradesh. And what is happening in Maharashtra? Again, in Maharashtra, it was expected that the Shinde group may not do as well as the other group, Uddhav Thackeray group. And it was also expected Sharad Pawar is Sharad Pawar. He is going to pull a rabbit out of his hat. And Supriya Sule's winning or losing would tell a lot about how NCP is going to perform. If Supriya Sule loses, then NCP, even though they are said to be leading in 7 constituencies, it might end up losing. Can we have the 𝗎CI Gov website, please? We can take this thing down. Because I'm afraid that they will give us copyright rejection also, and that would serve no good purpose. So here now you see BJP has gone up to 230 and INC is at 98. Samajwadi Party is still at 34. Trinamool is at 23. Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam 17. Telugu Desam at 15. Janata Dal United, JDU at 14. Shiv Sena Uddhav is at 10. And Sharad Pawar is at 8. Can you go down, scroll down a little bit, please? I was looking for Shinde Group, which is at 7, and YSRCP is at 5. Lok Jan Shakti Party, Ram Vilas is at 5. Rashtriya Janata Dal 4. Aam Aadmi Party 4. Communist Party of India, Marxist 4, and so on and so forth. So the big gains for Congress are coming from where? They are coming from BJD is really low too. The big gains for Congress are coming from where? From Uttar Pradesh, from Kerala, and also I guess 9 of the 9 seats they are contesting in Tamil Nadu. They are probably leading in almost all of them, which is a surprise. I expected Karur to be defeat for Congress. So how all these things happen, is a surprise in its own. Who knows what people will be thinking? There is UP maybe Muslim Yadav and Dalit Dosti at work. Pawan, if that is the case, then I can tell you that BJP will prevail at the end, because Yadav vote had switched, I think, already 30% to BJP, and when Yadav vote splits like that, then it is advantage BJP. And Dalit vote, I don't think Dalit vote would have gone away from BJP. Maybe at best 50-50. And again, Dalits don't vote for Yadavs. There is a BSP also in play. Why would they want to go and vote for SP when BSP is also in play? Who knows? See, Akhilesh was saying all along that BSP is Bhajpa's beating, right? Because that Bhajpa wants to split the Dalit vote just in case. Okay. So somewhere, I think these numbers are happening because of rounds of counting. I think we should wait and see how these things play out. Remember that in 2022, the margin by which UP defeated, the margin by which Bhajpa defeated Samajwadi Party in UP was lesser than in 2017. I think in 2017 they crossed 300, if I remember correctly. And this time they got only 276 or something like that. So Samajwadi Party put up a better performance. But if this thing is going back and forth, then it is going to be a tight race, and it will go till the finish line. It could go one way or the other. And I'm just taking a quick peek at what it's still being the same in India today, 290, 226. So that hasn't reduced. Whatever the differences were, whatever be the variations that seem to have settled down now. And I'm positive, guys. This is just 1 or 2 rounds. We need to wait and see. And I told you that the gimmick that they used brought them big eyeballs, and now I'm going to go take a look at Times Now to see what their numbers are, because they also started tightening it, see how their numbers have gone up. Well, in Times Now Hindi, it has gone up to 69K, and even in English, it has gone up to 21K. So you see, when you show something as being tight, then more people tune in. You see the point? And I'm going to take a look at Republic also, and I bet you even there, if they show a tighter election, then people will start tuning in. Maybe this is TRP. We don't know. And this is live results from this is Election Commission. I think, is it Election Commission? Please say yes or no. Times Now. Okay. Now we have Venus Upadhyay coming in. Let's welcome Venus Upadhyay. Venus, namaskar. Welcome to P Guru's channel. How are you?
I'm good, Sree. How are you? Thank you so much for inviting me.
I'm well. Thank you. Thanks for coming. I have a question for you. You had been in Uttar Pradesh, you had been in Kashi, you had been in many areas in Uttar Pradesh. What Uttar Pradesh is showing is a surprise that Samajwadi Party is fighting neck to neck, at least as of the first two rounds. How do you see this thing trending? Do you think BJP will still pull it out, or do you think there's a surprise in store for BJP in UP, and why?
I think in the next 1 hour, we'll have a clearer picture as to what will be the, final status. But I can tell you what I observed in UP. I mean, just before June 1, I traveled around a lot in Varanasi and I talked to a lot of people there. What I observed is, I think what was very fascinating was that the Indian public is thinking. Indian public has become capable of thinking in ways which was not possible before. And I can see that there is some intelligence thinking, there's some analysis going on in everybody's head. And so even if, people are vocal about something, they're talking about something, then it doesn't mean that that would be their final decision. So I feel that that's where some surprises, might be waiting us. As far in Varanasi, I saw, I went to all these narrow lanes and I talked with Congress party workers and I talked with BJP workers. Certainly, at some places, it felt like the BJP workers were more organized. But then at some other places, I saw that the INC and the Samajwadi Party were also, working closely together, like the polling booths that were there, the two tables that they're allowed to set up. I saw that the two of the INC and the two of the Samaj party were clubbed together, and the four tables were there with a lot of crowd around. So I think whatever we are seeing, it should not be a complete surprise for people on the ground. And I think for BJP as well. I think people in the power, they would be observing all these things very closely.
The number is kind of hovering now. The NDA around 300 and the Indy around 220, plus or minus 4 or 5. This is where it is going up and down, up and down. And the big determinant in this push is Uttar Pradesh. See, one thought for people are saying was that it could be the 1 lakh per year freebie that Rahul Gandhi announced. Do you think that was resonating among the voters?
I think the entire situation is very nuanced. People can come up with various kind of narratives. But there's one thing I saw, and I think that is a fallout of big time development projects also that are happening. And I saw that happening in Varanasi, is that when you have massive projects happening, you have big infrastructure projects happening, what happens is that the kind of tenders the government is allotting, they're kind of massive. So they go out of the reach of small-time contractors, the native contractors from the city. And I feel that that's where somewhere there are certain economic clouds which are directly hit. So they can no longer get those massive tenders because they cannot afford them. So the kind of tenders are going actually to people from outside the state. So I saw that somewhere there was some kind of bitterness towards the BJP on certain aspects like that. But at the same time, I also saw that, there were people who were saying that tourism has increased many folds for example, in Varanasi itself. In 2017, it was about 18 to 19 million, and it rose to almost about 128, 129 million by 2024. So with this kind of a thing happening, which obviously the administration has worked for, you also have repercussions of it. Right? You have traffic congestion. You have, people struggling with all other kind of things. People are making money, but then there are challenges of it also. So I feel that somewhere there is a fallout of everything that is happening, and people are kind of judging it in their head. So those who are benefiting out of it, are very happy about it. And those who are not benefiting out of it are angry, with it. So I feel that somewhere, what is very fascinating is the mind space of the Indian voter right now. And obviously, during the voting time as well.
No, I'm trying to dissect the UP vote because, see, it is the heart of the Hindi belt. Left of UP, Haryana, I don't see much of a difference, 9-2 or 8-2 or something like that. And in Bihar also, it is going along expected lines.
Yeah.
Why this big surprise in UP? I'm trying to fathom this. And is it something?
I think the major issue is this. The major issue is that massive infrastructure is happening, and to everybody I've talked, whether it was a pro BJP person or a pro Congress person, people were telling me roads are being built. People were telling me big infrastructure development is happening. People were, almost everybody was using, somehow in one or the other way, they were saying that the changes are drastic, So, but I think one thing that is happening is, which a lot of people are telling me, okay, this infrastructure big project is happening, but the contractor is coming from outside. The contractor is coming from somewhere. And then the various business establishments that are being allotted within that infrastructure unit, they are also being allotted to people from outside. So somewhere I feel that, and those massive infrastructure projects are happening everywhere. And this is something that I've not only, witnessed while talking to people in Varanasi. I've also witnessed in other states where I have been observing, things for a few years. And I see that when big kind of development happens, which needs big investment, a big investment cannot be afforded by small-time contractors, from the city who've been operating there for decades, and they come from outside. And so this kind of creates a kind of a tension. And I think this is one of the reasons in UP that and also employment is a very big issue. The pro-BJP people that I talked with in Varanasi and pro-INC people that I talked with Varanasi, almost everybody talked about employment, that we want employment. And the youth is very, very vocal. Youth is very intelligent these days. They're thinking and they're saying, young people have told me that what we need is jobs. What else do we need? We need jobs. And so the terms are, okay, we need this, you give us this, we vote for you. If you don't give us this, or if we don't get it, we don't vote for you.
Vinas, if you take a look at the growth of BJP under Yogi Adityanath, from non-existent growth, you've seen a sudden rise in growth. And for that to create jobs, the infrastructure has to get into place. The roads have to be in place so that the finished goods can then reach the ports. UP doesn't have a port, right? So it's going to take some time before the infrastructure projects will start delivering. And
exactly.
So if the people see, one thing that happened post-COVID is that many people did not go back to Mumbai or to any other state where they used to go to for work. They were finding work in UP itself. I don't know if it is the youth or those who used to basically go to UP, they were not going there. So somewhere, someone has actually missed a point or two. How do you think that might have happened? Where do you think? Because in half an hour, I will also tell you if this is going to hold or if it's going to slip further. 40 seats for Samajwadi Party when they had 7. That's a big swing away from BJP. And 17 seats, I think, in Congress is just about leading in every seat.
That's a surprise. Yes. That's certainly a surprise. But again, I'm saying that this is what I observed. People people want immediate things. Like people who are in their early 20s, what is their immediate what is their immediate priority in life? What is their priority in life? Okay, I want my degree and then I want a job, and then so depending on these things, depending on your job, rest of the things in your life will happen. So if you do not have a job, then it impacts your entire life ahead. And I think that is the point. For example, I was talking to a voter, and this voter said that I had appeared for this constable exam, the UP constable exam that had happened, and then there was some paper leak that had happened, and there was a big, issue on this matter in February. And recently, the police has also actually caught the culprit. But because of that paper leak, for which there were, almost over 50,000 to 70,000, people who applied for it. 50,000, 70,000 jobs were there, and lakhs of youth had applied for it. Not only from UP, but from all over states around. And after appearing for the exam, because of the paper leak, the entire thing was cancelled. So I saw that there was a lot of anger about it, and the anger was against whom? It was against the government. So until and unless the voter, the young voter who is in his early 20s and who's applied for this exam, prepared for this exam, and sat over there and written that exam and was hoping that something will happen, and nothing has happened, and instead there is only frustration. So there is an immediate fallout of that. Now, why that happened is not something for me to decipher, but this is what the voter told me, and the voter was very angry, and somewhere it kind of made me think. Now, it was not because of the government, or was it because of the government that there was a criminal racket running behind it, and there was a paper leak? Now the law enforcement has actually caught the culprit, but that doesn't help. It has already happened, and it has a fallout.
Did they have the exam done again? Did they hold the exam again?
No, it is not yet. So actually, the voter told me that the exams happen, but then they get rescheduled. So so there was a lot of anger, and then and I saw that the people were not even shirking from openly talking about whom they have voted for. They're saying, okay, I voted for this and this person. And it was very nice to see that, because people were confident. And I think this talks a lot about Indian democracy, the vibrancy of the Indian democracy. And somewhere, that was a very big surprise for me, because at some places, people were diplomatic. People were saying, okay, I met somebody who said, okay, I'm actually voting for the PM. And then when I sent the codes to the person, the codes were changed, and person said, okay, I'm voting for my MP. So somewhere, there are people who are diplomatic, so they can waver in their thinking, and there are people who can waver in their thinking before voting and at the time of voting, and, even when they're actually casting the vote. So I think it's about, it's something very dynamic, and I think it is very nuanced. So, but certainly I would see that economic issues and job-related issues are a very, very big thing, particularly with the youth and with the parents as well. Because I talked to parents, and parents were saying, okay, we worked for a whole life. We worked so hard. We've spent all our money on our children, and our children don't have jobs. And then even experts are telling me that small-time cities in India do not have jobs right now. I'm not saying, like, we know big infrastructure projects are happening, and we see another dimension of that. We have people who are talking about that also. For example, I talked with the boat owners in Varanasi. So they were very happy. But when I talked about the 𝗤𝙁 𝗣𝗚 project with the corridor, with say people who are inside the city, they were giving me different insights. And when I talked about the 𝗤𝙁 𝗣𝗚 corridor with people who were actually operating on the river, I got completely different insights, because they were actually talking from operational knowledge. They were talking about flood control. They were talking about, a lot of other issues which they have to directly deal with the river. But everybody is not rowing boats on the river. There are people who are on the ghats, and, and maybe people like their comforts. If you see these small lanes and they would be flooded, there was no proper waste management system, there was no proper drainage system. But then it's also true that almost 500 to 700 people, they had to lose their home when this particular corridor was made. So, and the people who are pro-BJP, they say that, okay, these people, they got crores of money for their homes, and now, they have built new homes outskirts, so they've purchased farms, and, people have individual case studies to share with you. But at the same time, there are other people, who are probably sitting somewhere else, and they're angry, and they say, our city is getting changed. It's getting changed in ways that has never happened before. And people say, okay, if the small lanes of Varanasi are no longer there, then it's not Varanasi, But then the people who have to operate, they say, okay, we have to take care of drainage, we have to take care of all these things. So I think it's about the time we as a nation are going through. We are transitioning, from one phase to another, from, I certainly feel that it is rising India. And I feel that somewhere there's going to be a fallout of it. The BJP is working on big infrastructure projects that I think it has to focus on. what is the fallout of all these things, and how are the local communities being impacted by it, because that is what is going to impact BJP's vote a lot.
I think to a large extent, the fate of BJP in Uttar Pradesh is going to determine whether it's going to cross the 272 on its own. Because if NDA,
like that.
Yeah, if NDA gets more than 272, but not BJP, then the NDA partners will tell who they would like to see as the prime minister. Modi will not be able to do it. So there is that possibility that Modi might not come back as the prime minister. Could be somebody else from the BJP that they may choose. Well, we have to wait and see. Let's take a quick look at the numbers now. It's 11 o'clock India time. So it's about 3 hours since the counting started. So now we have Bharatiya Janata Party inching ahead a little bit, 238. Indian National Congress at 97. Samajwadi Party at 34. It had gone up to 40. It has come down to 34. So this is what I want to tell people, guys. See, don't take people's word for it. That's why I said I'm not looking at any of the TV channels. Let's just take a look at ECI government site. Rather than trying to look at other, let's look at ECI. Right from the beginning, ECI has not gone more than 34 for Samajwadi Party. I expect that number to go down, and I also expect the Congress number to go down. It is going to be a little bit drawn out. It is not going to be an instant victory, instant verdict for BJP. But it's just Uttar Pradesh that is going out of sync. And again, that again gives me hope that Modi will come through, because if there was a discontentment, like for example, jobs, not lack of jobs is winners. Lack of jobs is something that every state will worry about. How come I'm not getting jobs, right? So why would it only impact Uttar Pradesh? Why not other states? That I have not seen. Everywhere else, it is pretty much consistent. So I think
we'll have to. I think as the final results come out, we'll have to break that down. And as I said, the situation is very nuanced. I think Indian people are thinking a lot. So basically, to decode what they are thinking and what they thought at the time of voting, I think after the results come out, BJP, will be, kind of working that out. But I also find it very interesting, the entire situation very interesting, because I feel that, somewhere, I feel that whosoever forms the government will have a lot of thought to put into. So we cannot be overconfident. So, if the BJP kind of forms the government, obviously, BJP will have a lot to think about. So I think somewhere it's very interesting. And another 5 years, another 5 years is a kind of a massive period for another period of transformation and growth. So I feel that with all these setbacks, if the BJP comes to power, I think it will be more careful, more cautious. I think it will have more opportunity to basically put thought into why it kind of didn't perform where it didn't perform. So I think all that is a very interesting and exciting situation overall.
I'll tell you another, like for like comparison between what will happen if BJP goes away and the India Alliance comes to power. Today in California, this year, Venus, my electricity rates went up by 50%, 50. My water rates have gone up by 50%. My insurance rates have gone up by 50%, 50. Can you imagine? I mean, I've never paid insurance more than 10%, and then you'll have this good driver discount for auto. Things, you kind of keep it at a certain point. Everything has gone up. And this is all because you should be proud that you are living in a state of California. I mean, businesses are deserting it by the droves here. So California is.
I heard that from people as well. Yes, I heard that from people as well. I remember I talked to one person, and all these people have talked randomly, and this person said that he has voted for women's security, he's voted for nationalism, he's voted for development, and then when I asked him what more do you want to happen next 5 years, he said the government should work more for employment as well as for controlling inflation. So And that's what I'm saying. You know, this is a kind of a roadside vendor I'm talking to. That's what I'm saying. Like these are exciting times in India. You know, Indians are thinking, and they're thinking like they've thought never before. They've become capable of that, and I think that's where the political parties also have to put in their mind that you know, we are the youngest nation in the world today. Our youth is going to be our forte. Our youth is going to be our next stage labor. And they are becoming capable of thinking. They are not like those generations of 20 years ago or 30 years ago. So they are very intelligent people, and they are coveted by the world. This is a world of opportunities. So if development is happening, then this is a generation which is extremely aspirational, and it is looking for opportunities, and it understands that it has the power to vote, and that its vote matters.
Very true, very true. Again, I'm keeping a sharp eye on the trends. The trends are holding; they're not changing. The trends are holding. Can we take a quick look at the ECA website to see if it's changed? It's the same number as before, so they have not updated it since the last time. I have a couple of other guests also coming, but if you don't mind staying on for a few more minutes, we can talk about the other states that you had. Since you had happened to be in UP, and the surprise is coming from UP, I thought it was good to hear what you had experienced there. Any other places you went in UP other than Kashi?
I've been following a bit in Jammu as well. You know, that's my native state. So I've been following Jammu as well, and a bit of Delhi as well, where I am right now. Yeah, so I think Jammu Kashmir is what was expected. BJP is getting 2 seats in Udhampur. Dr. Jitendra Singh was up against Lal Singh, and when I went to my place to vote on April 19th, so this was the major conversation in all living rooms and across, everywhere, that whether Lal Singh will be really able to be a challenger, for Jitendra Singh. And then at that time, we felt that probably he'll take away some votes. And I think that is kind of showing itself. Dr. Jitendra Singh is leading, BJP is leading in Jammu as well, and then NC is leading in 2 Kashmir states. PDP is nowhere, so I think that kind of the analysts will have a lot to analyze that as well. And in Delhi also, BJP is leading in all states. So I think that was a bit of a surprise that, Kejriwal's party, despite his arrest and everything, we thought that he would actually gain out of it. He will gain sympathy. He will gain sympathy votes out of it. And but the trends are showing something else. In fact, his party is not doing very well in Punjab, where currently his party is ruling the state. So I think these are very interesting trends. That's what I'm saying, that Indian public Indian voters are extremely interesting. And I think the situation is very nuanced. So let's wait and kind of see what happens. I'll be more interested, as a journalist, to kind of figure out how all these things will have an impact on India's foreign policy. And that is what my concerns would be, how all these things will play out when it comes to our national security, when it comes to our borders. We do need a strong government, at the helm of affairs when it comes to all these issues. So I'll be waiting and watching.
Yes, and again, the trend seems to have ticked back in favor of BJP. I'm seeing the NDA number coming up to 300 now, and there's a slow downturn on the INDI. Why am I, rooting for Modi? Because the other side, if Modi is not able to handle some of the issues India has, what chance do you think people like Rahul Gandhi or Akhilesh Yadav, or worse, Mamta, or Sharad Chandra Pawar, what are they going to be able to do? All they knew was to how and make money. That was it. That's all we saw as a record. Yeah, go ahead, Venus.
See, this is not me saying, but what I've heard people saying is, I have seen a lot of confidence that people place in, Prime Minister Modi, and there is no doubt about it. And I see that that happens because of his policies and somewhere because of his persona, his leadership. For example, when I was talking to few people on the ghats, and I remember one rickshaw puller telling me that, he wants Modi to come back to power. He's a big time Modi fan. And I asked him, I said, and he didn't even have a phone, because I wanted to pay him through UPI, and he said, मैं कैसे लूंगा मेरे पास जब phone ही नहीं है. So I was very surprised, and then I asked him, when I got to know about this, when this, this thing about India's digital revolution, and then, in my one-to-one conversation, when I found out that a rickshaw person in Varanasi was not even having a phone, then I was kind of, it motivated me to ask him about whether he has voted. And he said he wanted to vote, and he wanted to vote for Modi, but he said, मेरा तो वोट ही नहीं बना. पिछले एक बार बनता है, दूसरी बार नहीं बनता है, which was very surprising. But because he said that he wanted to vote for Modi and he wanted Modi to come back to power, I asked him, why do you want that to happen? Why did you? And he said, it's visible everywhere. That's what he told me. And he said, and that explained everything. He said, it's visible everywhere. Change is visible everywhere. And that was a rickshaw puller telling me, who didn't even have a mobile phone. Then I got down, and then it was very hot. Varanasi was like 47 degrees Celsius during these voting days, and so I was helping myself with a fresh coconut, and I started to converse with the coconut wala. And then this person told me, and I asked him, I said, for how long are you selling coconut on this ghat? He said, I'm selling coconut for about 10 years. I came here when Modi came here. There was some kind of an event that had happened when 𝗠liche Bharat Abhiyan had started, and Modi ji had come to this ghat, and, he was sweeping, symbolic of starting his campaign. And I saw that it mattered to people. I was very surprised. It mattered to people that Modi he'd come to the ghats, and that he held a broom and he was sweeping on the ghats. For me as a journalist, or somebody sitting in Delhi or somebody reporting for a foreign media, I thought maybe it was a symbolic gesture, it was more about publicity, because that is what it looks. When you come down to people and you start talking to people, then I realized, no, for people, it meant a lot. For a rickshaw puller and for a coconut seller, it meant a lot that Modi had come down to their level, come down with a broom and had swept the ghat. And after that, tourism has increased. Now, tourism obviously would have increased for many, many reasons. Obviously, the government policies would have contributed to it. But tourism would have increased due to many, many reasons. But to this man, he believes that Modi has come down to the ghat with the broom. And since then, the traffic on the ghats have increased, and he has a steady daily income. So it matters to people. So I've seen that the people have a kind of a sense of reverence towards him. At the same time, I've also met people who have a lot of anger towards him. Like these young people, who haven't been able to, come up with a job. And, there could be home situations like this young girl I met who was in her early 20s, and she was saying, we need free food. And I saw suddenly an elderly man coming in, they were about to have an argument because he was saying, okay, how can you get free food? And then I suddenly realized she might be having a situation at home. She might be having something, this situation prevailing at home where she needs that. She needs an immediate job. So whom is she going to blame? She's going to blame Modi. So the way that coconut seller is crediting Modi for the boom in his business, the same way this girl is basically complaining against Modi because she doesn't have a job. So, but then certainly one thing is surely there, that whether people like Modi or they dislike Prime Minister Modi, they cannot avoid him. And so that factor is always there. Prime Minister Modi is a very big brand in India today.
Well, let's take a quick look at the 𝗖𝚗 website to see what they are saying now, to see if there's any numbers change. It has been more or less the same, except I think 𝗤𝙗 Party has gone down by 1, and BJP is still at 237, Congress is still at 97, and Trinamool has gone up to 29. That's a surprise. So this I have to tell now. I didn't want to say it before. A man whose judgment I trust had told me that BJP was only sure of 16 seats in West Bengal, 1-6. That the claim of 25 plus was all just to try and motivate, because the hard numbers don't go along those predictions. You see what happens, one community votes in toto. For them, it is life and death if they didn't vote. Hindus don't do it. I mean,
I heard that BJP was leading in one seat in Kerala as well this time. I don't know how is the
I
situation
think two now, but it could change because these are all very slender leads and still it's early going. And
I see.
also,
and some of the news channels were also talking about Prime Minister Modi. He was leading only by 600 votes at a certain time, probably maybe about 40-45 minutes ago.
Yeah, now it's at 45,000 or something like that. We'll keep looking. Our team is looking at the data to try and provide us with some immediate breaking information. Certainly, let's see. Varanasi, Narendra Modi is up by 50,000, close to 50,000 votes. So, I mean, he has polled more than 51%. 101 is what I saw as total counted. He's close to 50%. So that's a good winning number. I don't think he's going to lose. It's not that bad. I can tell you this.
I have heard people who are working with him. I have heard from people who are working with Prime Minister's team in Varanasi, and I've heard about the kind of professionalism that they work with. Those stories have also come to me, all along with other stories from opposition that have also come.
I'm going to just take a small break, viewers. I'll be right back. I just want to check up with my other guests. If you want to stay on, please stay on, Venus. Otherwise, thanks for joining us. We'll be back again for some time, just to go and look at how things are developing. I want to take a quick look at. So we are also simultaneously broadcasting in Tamil. Guru's Tamil also is broadcasting. So I just want to test and see how my team is doing there. I'm going to take a small break. We'll be live, except that we'll be running an ad for the next 2 minutes or so. Thanks once again, Venus. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Thank you.
All right, I'm back, and I'm hoping to have a couple of professors join me, and we'll be looking at it from a bigger perspective as to what is the surprise element in Uttar Pradesh that is causing so much of a swing in the numbers. And I still hold that BJP will pull through and come to the same numbers as what's predicted, but it's going to be not a cakewalk. I mean, some of you are saying that first they count the urban votes and then the rural votes. I don't know, because the numbers are coming for the entire 80 seats.
The BJP, 55% for the Samajwadi Party. Akhilesh, if this is wrestling, he's doing his father proud. Let's look at BJP versus AIDMK. It's a much smaller number. Okay, there are no such seats.
Can I get one thing from you, Rahul?
Yes.
Which is that if you go to West Bengal, this is my hunch. Congress plus CPM at the moment is leading in 3. Can you give me the vote shares of West Bengal? Because once you get the vote shares, you will get a sense that the anti-Mamta vote may be getting split a little bit more than it was in 2019.
But then, contrary to our poll, where we said that the CPM took away the Muslim vote from Mamta, it's actually taken away the anti-incumbency from
Let's see
Mamta.
The West Bengal vote share on your screen now. Trinamool at 47.7. They had about 43% of the
Yeah, so
vote
they've
last
gone
time.
up.
Their
So
vote
so that
percent is up
logic is not
actually
holding.
4.7. The BJP at 37.9 at this moment. They're down 3 from the last time.
I had thought, Rahul, last time the CPM got just 7%, and the feeling was the loss of the CPM had worked to the BJP's advantage, because then the anti-Mamta vote got consolidated BJP. But if these numbers are right, she's actually gone up. Mamta Banerjee is proving her critics wrong. The Lokher Bhandar that we've been speaking, the woman vote, the Mahila vote
share has gone up.
And I've been telling this to my friend Pradeep
Bhandar.
Gupta. Please poll more women.
Abhishek
I'm
Banerjee
waiting.
said.
Where is Gupta ji?
Gupta ji ab nahi aayenge, thoda time lagega. Abhishek Banerjee said there's no way this poll is going to prove right. He will be chuckling and having the last laugh.
No, he's very angry.
47.7 for the Trinamool, only 37.9 the TMC. Gaining vote share in West Bengal, where the BJP was hoping to do well. The BJP at this moment is losing vote share. If I go region by region, I'd look at the presidency area. The BJP only on 3, the Trinamool on 12. It's kind of where it was last time. If we go now to Midnapur and look at the 8 seats of Midnapur, 3 to the BJP, 5 to the Trinamool. Trinamool making 2 gains over here. If we go to the Malda belt, the BJP at 2, Trinamool at 1, Congress and left at 4. That's interesting. Let's now go to Jalpaiguri further up north. BJP at 3, down 1. Trinamool at 1, up 1. Let's now look at Burdwan. In Burdwan, 8 seats. Trinamool at 7, up 2. BJP at 1, down 2. So it's not going as per BJP.
And as we speak, remember the India alliance inching towards 300. So do not still, rule out the possibility of NDA going above 300. That is still very much a possibility, which will provide a comfort factor. But Rahul,
I think there are a couple of things happening. I think exit polls got Bengal completely wrong, and they got Uttar Pradesh completely wrong. I think these 2 states are accounting for almost 50 seats for BJP.
They've got the Hindi.
okay, go ahead.
So these 2 states are accounting for BJP, and I think they had underestimated the losses that NDA might suffer in Maharashtra. So these 3, so UP,
Bengal and Maharashtra are the 3 states where the pollsters have got it badly wrong.
Okay.
And that's where that's why the numbers are not quite there. What they got, but they got Odisha, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana right.
Yes.
And therefore the BJP in these 3 states has staved off. Otherwise, what could have been a defeat?
Yes.
And then we could have been back to 2004. So actually the BJP has been saved from 2004 by the gains they've got in Odisha, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh.
BJP's NDA's biggest gains, some of the India Alliance's biggest gains are coming from Maharashtra. 29 up, 20 up from the last time. NDA at 18, down 19 from the last time. Priyanka Chaturvedi, the senior leader of the 𝗤𝘚𝘅 𝗤𝘚 faction of the Shiv Sena, now joins us. 29 for the India Alliance. If I do a breakdown, Congress at 10, the 𝗤𝘚𝘅 𝗤𝘚 Shiv Sena at 11, NCP Sharad Pawar at 8. At this moment, in the trends that we have in Maharashtra, you seem to be hitting it out of the park. Priyanka Chaturvedi, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, you want to tell us a little bit more than thank you. What are you making of these numbers, man? The NDA,
Well, we have to make sure that we don't get copyrighted out for all these things by the respective channels. We were just sharing information. Professor Ramesh is joining us. Professor Ramesh, formerly of IIM Bengaluru. Namaskaram, sir. How are you?
Namaskaram, sir. Namaskaram. Don't ask me how are you.
Sir, it looks like the BJP has got it wrong in 3 states: Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, and now West Bengal.
Correct. West Bengal, I'm surprised. I mean, yeah. In fact, UP and Maharashtra, West Bengal are surprising. Maharashtra, yes, there was too much fluidity there about the alliances, coalition, whom they are drawn and who really wins the vote share and things like that. Okay. But UP, I would say even undeserving. I mean, Yogi was doing very well. And we had the Ram Mandir. Okay. Only thing, one hypothesis I can say is probably the minority vote consolidation might have happened. And along with that, you just need few percentage of votes to really, win the election. So that way, some minority consolidation has happened in both West Bengal and UP. Hello, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir. I can hear you. I'm just getting a lot of information here and there.
And I don't think, you cannot say that it's a 2004 scenario because, it's not like India shining because BJP really worked hard for the election. They campaigned heavily. Modi personified the campaign. And even Smriti Irani, she is not trailing. Even she was campaigning heavily. I mean, nobody took it lightly, and nobody can take it lightly under Modi's leadership. Okay. So I don't know. I mean, you mean the whole party went wrong and then the forecast went wrong? Incidentally, Sree, they are getting majority and we are still seeing it as a failure. Okay, that's something we should remember. What I'm only hoping at the end of the day is if BJP should at least get simple majority on its own. If it is going to be dependent on other parties, that will even hamper Modi's style of functioning, because Modi's style of functioning, he wants complete control, not like the coalition politics. Oh, Vaidyanathan sir.
We have two professors here now.
Oh, no,
Sir, we are P Guru, sir. We are of Gurus. So we will always have professors amongst our.
no, one professor and one student before him.
Welcome, P Guru. Welcome to P Guru, sir. Professor RV, how are you?
I'm quite okay, but let him finish. After that, I will join.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
No, he was just asking like what happened in UP and West Bengal. And one possible explanation right now is, then what happened with probably the minority vote consolidation, and maybe the other also might have voted for them or something. But I cannot expect that people are disappointed with Yogi or Prime Minister or something like that. So it just, it really needs a hard soul searching. And you cannot say in other states, for example, there's a lack of local leadership. For example, Karnataka is doing well, but we don't have a local leadership. In UP, we have strong local leadership, and then double engine was really working. And I don't know what happened to, what happened to this final net result. West Bengal, I hope it may still change. Certain things can change. Certainly, so one block may be of one type, another block may be of another type. And when this vote is taken up, the votes can fluctuate and things like that.
Well, what is a little bit of a bother in West Bengal is that BJP vote is a good 10% less than Trinamool. 37 versus 47. That's a big number to cover.
Yeah.
And a state that is known to be significant Muslim population. So we have to wait and see how that plays out. Sir, if you could just wait for a second, let me bring Professor RV in. I'll leave you with a question. What do you think he will do? Assume that somehow NDA scrapes through and Modi still manages to become Prime Minister. What do you think he is going to do? Just think about from, what levers will he have to move? So let me bring Professor RV in.
Yeah, please. Shall I continue? Yeah, okay.
No. I'll just hold
I'm
you.
listening.
I'll put you in the tray because there could be some video concerns. Yeah. Professor RV, can you please join us? Your video is not coming on. I think Professor RV seems to have dropped off again. He'll join us again. So let me bring back Professor Ramesh. Sir, some connection difficulties with Professor RV. He'll join again. In the meantime, maybe you can tell us, what do you think?
You're asking about the style of leadership, and then he's joining.
Yeah. Professor RV, namaskaram, sir. How are you?
Let him finish. I am telling you. I don't want to disturb him. You want to conduct what they call.
No, I want to listen to you. I want to listen to you, Professor.
Right? Let him finish. Let him tell what he wanted to communicate. Right?
Sir, he was finished, sir. He was finished, and I came to you. You got into
The question posed to you, I was answering, so I think you should answer.
Professor RV?
Yeah.
So the question was, let us say that NDA scrapes through with a majority, simple majority even. And how do you think, there was a certain direction that Modi wanted to take the country. Do you think he'll have to do some course corrections And if so, what would be the...
I am puzzled actually. See, only postal ballot and 2 rounds, in some cases 3 rounds are over. Mostly 13 to 14 rounds it goes. In UP, sometimes it goes to 15 rounds. So the day is not very, it's what you call, as they say, the night is not very young, at 6:15, 6:30 in the evening. You can't say is the pegs are enough or anything like that, right? It's just starting. I tell you, there is no reason to suspect that NDA will not reach 350. You take my word. Now I am telling. You see the election commission thing at 11 o'clock, 11:30. BJP is leading in 237 seats.
Yes.
INC is leading in 96 seats.
Yeah.
Samajwadi Party 32, and A8 is, Trinamool is in 31. Again, if you go back to the original situation, you will find 1 minute. Where is this?
Yeah, we have the thing up here, sir. This is the
most
PCI
of the
website.
seats in UP, which SP is leading, is something like 1,500 lead. These are not great leads or anything, right? What is this?
So it's still too early to say anything.
Very, very early in the day, I would say. It's something like 6:30 p.m. The group cannot decide who is drunk and who is not drunk, right? It is not yet started even, right? So first point I want to alert is that we don't have to jump to conclude. Like, that Sun TV is going on telling Modi is only trailing by 800 votes or anything. That is just, postal ballots and not even the first round. For instance, first round, Annamalai was trailing. Second round, he is leading. Right? So we have to, what I want to say is this is a zigzag type of thing sometimes. Sometimes it also depends which, areas are taken for counting faster. Suppose it is more of, I shouldn't use the word, but sort of Muslim-dominated areas. It's quite possible that SP may be having a good lead. So there is no need to, immediately. I would rather wait till at least 10 rounds are over.
Yeah, 10 rounds is a good number. 10 rounds is a good number. Yes,
most of the constituencies, it is 15 round, 18 round, 16 round.
18, sir. 18 is typical. 18 is typical.
18 is, where with 3 round and 18 round, the gap is so large actually. And I will again tell you, Congress won't cross 60. Now I am telling, at 11:30 or something, right?
Yes.
So 350 they will, and BJP will reach 300. There is no difficulty at all. And in Tamil Nadu also, BJP will reach easily 3 to 4 minimum. So we have to wait. What I want to say is we want but one thing, this trend I like, because this will make these dot alliance not to blame EVM no more.
Correct. That could be also a strategy, sir.
They are forming the government also. That is something.
Sir, that could also be a strategy.
Number of laddus they are distributing in Congress party office is fascinating, actually. And I don't know. I hope they pay, because last time there were reports telling they collected and didn't pay because they lost. So this time at least they should pay. This is very important. That is what these laddu sellers are concerned about. After all, they want to have. They don't mind whether BSP is winning or ADMK is winning, as long as they get paid. Anyhow, so I think most of course, the channels are having their own TRP. So it is, titillating for them. We call it in Tamil IKK, Inbak Kiligadupu, for the short period of time. And this is SAKK actually, Citrin Bakkaligadupu, not even a PAKK is Perin Bakkaligadupu. That is for the God and, the Guru Ayyappa and other type, Venkadachalamudi. So this is, so just, they are they call people, they make arguments, and we have to wait. According to me, one angle, I would rather like the old system of Sukumar Sen when he started the polling system of declaring after all is Paka. There is no consideration because it was a paper one, and slowly, and the boxes were separated. Those days, some of you may recollect, there used to be one Congress box, there used to be one Swatantra Party box, there used to be one box for this, in those days, Praja Socialist. So you drop your slip in the respective boxes, whichever. And if you vote for Congress, don't drop it in Swatantra Party box. Then, so they count all the thing, and then they announce.
Yes.
That would be maybe a better situation than this type of every machine is counted and immediately announced another thing. What is that? Sorry, you wanted to say something.
Sir, I have another guest, Sumit Peer, joining me. He's coming straight from the studios. He might have some other information. Keep talking, sir. He joined and then he had some video connection difficulties. He's still trying to connect on. So
No. What I want to say is simply wait before making any significant conclusions. And after that, of course, in case around 3 o'clock also the situation is similar, then I can answer your query. Will NDA be able to carry out its agenda and other thing, right? So that way only I would answer. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So stay on the line. We'll be back again. Yeah. I'll call you back, sir. I just wanted to try and manage the video bandwidth to keep only 2 people at the same time at a time. Sumit, namaskar. How are you? Can you hear us? You're muted.
Yes, he has to be unmuted.
Yeah.
He has muted himself.
Right, and his video also isn't coming. So
yeah.
All right. So please join now. Namaskar, Sumit ji. How are you? You are muted, sir. You are muted.
Hello.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? I can hear you.
I really can't hear you. Let me check. Maybe there's something wrong with the microphone. Give me a second.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I heard you for a while. I lost you again.
What?
Something happened.
Yeah.
Just give me a second. I'll try to reconnect again. Just hold
on.
I just need to. My AirPods are giving a bit of problem. I will just try to get them again into the. Sumit ji is joining. We momentarily lost him. Let us bring Professor Ramesh back in. Professor Ramesh, can you hear us?
Yeah, yes, sir. Tell me. Yeah.
I hope you heard what Professor 𝗏𝗏 said. 𝗏𝗏 said
I want to factor that with one factor. Okay. So you call it dipstick assessment. Okay.
Yes.
Now, the dipstick assessment, the counterfactual is that, or if I triangulate what you say, let us say, Modi is leading, and Rahul Gandhi has also been consistently leading. Okay. But Smriti Irani has been trailing, let's say, even now. So again, only 2 rounds gone. So it looks like, it can't be very far from what it is now. So as I said, maybe, I'll be very happy if BJP reaches, let's say, anywhere 280, something like that. Let's say 280, 290, and overall 320 like that. Okay. Because so I'm also marking it. So I looked at various constituencies. For example, Sumit ji, nice.
Namaskar, sir. How are you?
Hi to you. Okay, I'll take back seat now.
Yeah. Can you hear us now?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. I can hear you loud and clear now.
Yeah. Professor Ramesh will come right back to you. So, Sumitji, what is the mood in the studios? Because I just had Professor RV come in and he said, look, this is just 2 rounds. There are 18 rounds total,
Correct.
16 rounds to go. It depends upon
Correct.
which part of the constituency, which got counted.
Correct.
Don't, start worrying now, and that everything will still be true. What is the mood in NewsX? Wherever you are, I don't know.
Yeah, I think the mood right now is the fact remains that out of 64 crore votes polled, only 6 crore are counted. So that is the mood. So these are all early trends. And if you look at the leads in UP, the leads in UP are 350, 1000, 1200, 1500, 1500, 2000. Usually in a Lok Sabha election, the leads have to be in pretty much thousands or it has to be in lakhs. So 2, 3, 400 seats is too early with at least 13 to 18 rounds to go. That's too early to call it a day. Yes, Akhilesh has given a bit of a fight. That goes for sure. Orissa has been much better. Things have been much better everywhere. Maharashtra has expected lines. There were problems with the alliance, so that is paying off. Bihar, we had some jitters, which was expected. Haryana did not go as per expected lines. In fact, Gurugram was a surprise. Raj Babbar came in the last, and he's leading by 50,000 votes. That's a big surprise when we look at Rao Inderjit Singh. We didn't expect that. But the big chunk where it is going to matter is ultimately UP. But I believe in due course of time, it should settle down to somewhere around 55, 60 seats for BJP, or it can be slightly more. Kannauj, let's see how it goes, but Manpuri is going definitely Akhilesh's way. So, and Congress leading on 7 seats, I cannot fathom that thought. Let's wait and watch how it spans out. Yes, caste has worked in UP. It's not a completely clean sweep. Ultimately, where the numbers are right now and where they need to go, there's a margin of around, if you see, overall NDA, we're talking around 300, 305. We had projected NDA to be around 340. And for BJP to reach 270, they again need is 25, 30 seats. So how it is going to look like is, where are those 25, 30 seats going to come from? Are they going to come from UP? Are they going to come from anywhere else? That is what we need to contemplate. Yes, there are swing seats everywhere. So getting this number is not impossible. This number is quite possible, but it's a matter of time. How do the rounds of counting shape up? And this is where it looks. But the moot point here is, out of 64 crore, only 6 crore are counted right now. I mean, 15 minutes back. And I don't know how much happened in the last 15 minutes. So on that, it's too early to call. And though NDA is forming the government, that goes without saying. Modi ji is going to be the prime minister. But what is going to be a tally of BJP alone? That is what is the bone of contention, and how does BJP look at that? But eventually, it will shape up somewhere. And too early, but I would say Akhilesh has put a better fight than expected. But Tejasvi, if you look at Bihar, is completely washed away. There is no fight, as I was predicting. Tejasvi won't happen. Maharashtra, there are some more than anticipated losses. Haryana was a pleasant surprise. Orissa was positively a pleasant surprise, because Orissa we didn't expect to do so well. So this is how it looks like at an overall level. But ultimately, it is coming down and boiling down to UP. So which way the UP goes, that is how it will ultimately shape up the numbers. But still confident, because 6 crores out of 64 is just slightly 10%, 90% more to go. And I have seen a lot of seats at 400, 350, 1500, 1800 kind of a difference. That does not hold. Yeah, if you have 30, 40, 50,000 difference, and that over the phases it consolidates, and there's something which you can really hold on to. But that's not how it looks like right now, at least. So a bit of a bit of a adrenaline rush, a bit of a Red Bull moment, but let's see how the adrenaline settles ultimately. But it's going to be better. Modi ji is coming back. There's no doubt on that.
West Bengal, what are the trends are sounding? I mean, if you look at India today, they are sounding like West Bengal is a complete surprise, this, that. But what is the gap between BJP and in number of votes?
Again, it's pretty small right now. If you look at the trends, it's pretty small right now. But in due course of time, we'll see how it shapes up. Definitely, Mamta Didi is going to lose ground. The question is how much. Will she exceed this much or this much? She's going to lose ground. That goes without saying. But the initial trends, do not suggest that. But eventually, only the same problem: 1 or 2 rounds counted. But eventually, when more and more rounds get counted, there at least if you look at West Bengal, there are 6 to 7 swing seats. What we know right now, if these 7 flip this side, the numbers will drastically change. So that is how West Bengal looks like. So it's not a washout. It's yet to be called for. We have to wait and watch, give it some more time. I think within it's around 11:45 here in the studios. So another 2 hours or so, it is how we'll ultimately know which way it is going. We have to give it at least 2 or 3 o'clock. It will go.
Yeah. So you brought up an excellent point. So how much time do you have? Because I don't know how much.
I have 15 minutes. I have 15 minutes.
15 minutes, right? Great.
Yeah,
So can you bring up Tamil Nadu, please?
Yeah.
Here we go. So Indian National Congress in 8, VCK in 2. Oh my God! What about BJP? Is there a BJP there at all? PMK is leading in 1. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Mr. Annamalai is trailing, and is trailing since morning. We don't know how it will come, because what we were contemplating last night is that 1 lakh vote which were taken off the roll. I think that has done the magic. Though Mr. Annamalai had a fantastic support from the urban pockets, but that 1 lakh vote, which was supposed to go to his kitty, if it is, and in the tree is not trading by a very big margin, he's trading by a very small margin. And let me bring to your notice, in Kerala, we have this flip-flop between Mr. Both the Nayars. Both the Nayars, that is Mr. Rajiv Chandrasekhar and Mr. Shashi Tharoor. Even that can go any day. But the pleasant surprise in Anil Anthony is leading since morning. Because if you look at Anil Anthony, there was 2 factors. One, Anil Anthony is a young, bright chap. Secondly, his father did not oppose him. He, in a way, kind of endorsed him. So he has that BJP stamp. And being a Christian, he has his own following. Mr. Anthony had his own following. And he had a clean image, Mr. Typical Congress type image. So all that is a pleasant surprise. So that is where Anil Anthony looks to be doing better, and he's maintaining his lead. That will be a pleasant surprise to see. But let's see how it pans out. I think still there's a fight between Rajiv Chandrasekhar and Shashi Tharoor. Unfortunately, Mr. Annamalai is trailing. Let's see how it pans out in due course. I would love that guy to win. And as I had predicted on your show, that in Baramulla, you will see Umar Abdullah trailing. I'll say it is the Rashid engineer factor. That is what my sources have reported on the ground. I have been talking about it on the various TV channels also. And Rashid engineer is winning. And there is one more bad news I have to share with you. And there is one seat in Punjab, I don't know which one, where 𝗣𝗬𝗫 was fighting. He's leading by 34,000 votes. Do you believe it? 34,000 goddamn votes he's leading. And we have a separatist in the jail. He's leading. I would have loved Umar Abdullah to win in place of a Rashid engineer. I would have loved anybody to win in spite of 𝗣𝗬𝗫. These are 2 major setbacks, because 57% polling in Baramulla, sir, I have been maintaining that it is Rashid engineer. It's not Sajjalon, it's not Umar Abdullah. Umar Abdullah is used to winning at 7, 10%, 15% polling for last 30 years. He doesn't know how does a 57% look like. So it is the Rashid engineer, and that is a Rashid engineer, and what do you call this? 𝗣𝗬𝗫 is a bit of a setback, what we have seen at a national level. The rest is all politics. People can win, this party can win, that party can win. And AAP is on projected lines. I think they are doing 1 seat better in Delhi than expected, but too early to call. 6 seats they are not going to make in Delhi. They're going to get 3 or 4 in Punjab. So all expected 3 to 5 seats for AAP. That is what they will end up at. But Akhilesh has so far pulled a quick one. But let's see how much can he hold. Definitely what we are looking at 35, no, that's not going to hold. But can he hold 15? Can he hold 20? Can he hold 25? That will determine a lot. And still things are, as per the predicted lines of the exit polls, only a UP and a bit of Haryana is a surprise. Haryana doesn't impact at a much bigger level, but UP impacts at a much bigger level. So there have been gains in Karnataka. Congress did not move well. There have been gains in Orissa. So they have been the 2 gains. And West Bengal, we have to see how do the gains consolidate, sir. Too early to say how do the gains consolidate. But, contemplating on that. कौन है J&K में Rashid engineer?
Yeah. Rashid engineer is Abdul Rashid Sheikh. Yeah.
I was, this was my nightmare. I was hoping this guy should not be able to make it, but this is the diversity of the democracy what we all live in. We can have
Yes,
people
yes.
from the jail fighting and winning. So 7% turnout was for this guy, because that is what my ground sources have been reporting me by Rashid Engineer. And this is what I wanted not to believe myself. I wanted me to go wrong, but unfortunately, it's not the case. 𝗤𝗏𝗫, 34,000 votes, sir. Do you believe it?
Yeah,
𝗤𝗏𝗫 out
yeah.
of everybody.
Yeah.
Huh?
Can you bring up
Now
Annamalai,
70.
see how far behind he is?
Now 70.
I'm sorry.
Now 72,000 votes. 𝗤𝗏𝗫 is now 72,000 votes. Oh my God, hell of a my God, hell of a. I mean, what you really call the shit hitting the fan. This is what it is. 72,000 vote, 72,000 vote. I mean, come and kill me. That is what I would say. It's 72,000 votes. 𝗤𝗏𝗫 in a
Yeah.
Dibrugarh jail. Dibrugarh की jail में है, sir. ये 72,000 votes से जीत रहे. What do you say?
So this is Sumiji, it again goes back to emotion. People are voting on emotion. Otherwise, look at Annamalai. The man spent 6 months on the road. छप्पा छप्पा जाकर बात किया, लोगों को सबको इकट्ठा किया. Look at the crowd that accumulated, and then when it comes to voting, then okay, not on ECA. So that's, I think it's too close to call. See, because Sumit, I heard that in some rounds he's back in the lead. After a few rounds, he's back in the lead.
Yeah.
Annamalai. So it's a bit of a seesaw. That was expected.
I hope him to win. I pray to God he should win. Literally, if somebody I'm going to pray to God for him to win is Annamalai, should win. Should win for Tamil Nadu. I really love the guy and I want him to come up.
Yeah, yeah. So he is trailing right now by 12,874 votes. And Singhai is 11,000 and plus 6,000. No, it's only 6,000 votes. He's trailing only by 6,000 votes, 6,900 votes.
6,000 is not a big margin if you look
It's
at the
not a
Lok
big
Sabha
margin.
now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it can come back, but let's hope.
Total vote is 14 lakhs.
14 lakhs with 6,000 kuch nahi hai. It's not a big deal.
Right.
I hope, and there are a lot of seats like this. What we are seeing when we go deep into the seats, there's Coimbatore, 14 lakh votes and 6,000 is what he's trailing with. So as I told you, 6 crores are only counted out of 64 crores. Maybe by now, when we are talking, it might have reached 8 crores. Still, there's a long way to go, and we can't call it anything right now. But NDA definitely is going to come back to power. That is given. Well, BJP, will they go 272? Will they get 305, 310? That is something to be contemplated. But Modi ji is again the next Prime Minister of India. Whatever Rahul Gandhi may wish and say, when even the Congress chaps have started admitting that they are not getting 295 right now, but they are happy from 50 or reaching 80, 90. Consolation prize, try next time. 2034 में वापस आना. So 29 they will want, 2034 में वापस आना. That is what they will do.
Sumiji, one last question, right? I'm seeing the number stabilizing now, 300, 220, somewhere in that number. It's not gone down. 300 se niche nahi gaya hai. In fact, I didn't ever see it go down below 300. So
yeah, 305
maybe,
के आसपास है.
So maybe it will slowly, find its way
come
back.
up. It has to come up. And sir, what we had predicted, 340 to 370 for NDA. So if you look at 340 to 340, if you look at the total swing seats, if you do a rough cut calculation, there are around 48 swing seats. Imagine they split 50-50. Back up the envelope calculations. Split 50-50. At a 50-50 split, what are we talking? 25 add in here, 305 plus 25 makes it 340. And if the 25 go other side, that is what the prediction has been, 340 to 370. But the only question is, how much does BJP get? BJP would ideally want to be at 310, 305, 306, 315, and ideal. So see how much he gets. And knowing Modi ji's style of governance, he wants this 272 kuch bhi karke. That is what Modi is about. He's not a 271 man, he's a 273 man by worst standards. And ideally he's a 310 man, but worst standards 373 to chahiye Modi ji ko. So that is something which has to see. Is Akhilesh going to dent that, or will the BJP sail through? That is something we have to contemplate. But definitely Congress will lose ground. India Alliance will lose more ground as we go on more rounds of counting, because 305 is what it is stabilizing right now, and adding the swing seats, we should be able to pull it better than expected.
Thank you so much, Sumit. And we'll be back again. If you have a time,
Sure.
maybe half an hour or so, maybe you can just come back, and 1 hour or so,
Sure.
if you get a chance, just come back,
Sure.
and hopefully that is a more stable news.
More stable news
Clearly,
coming in.
yeah, clearly it is a bonanza for TRP rating, because people now suddenly are like, oh my God, what's happening?
मैं कह रहा हूँ टेंशन मत लो, don't lose your heart. दिल्ली अभी बहुत दूर है. There are more rounds to go. And this election, we are forgetting one thing, sir. This was not UPA versus NDA. This was whole of opposition put together, called Indie Bloc versus NDA. It is everybody getting together to bring down one man. And they will have a fighting chance. Even if you are running a movie, you know, all the villains get together and try to bring down the hero. Hero का पिटाई तो होता है ना, थोड़ा इधर कट-वट लगता है, इधर सब कुछ होता है. But in the end, you know how it happens. So let's wait for that moment. Let's not call it a day right now.
Thank you so much, Sumit ji.
We'll catch up. Namaskar ji. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Professor Ramesh, can you join us, join us back again?
Yeah, I was listening to him. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about how does the voter decide, in your opinion, sir? Because I had one guest before you came. Her name is 𝗣𝗚 𝗬𝗖𝙅. She's a reporter she's a journalist, and she writes for the Epoch Times. The Epoch Times is probably one of the more serious right-wing newspapers that is run in United States. I don't know how much you know about Epoch Times. And they are run by Falun Gong, that is Buddhist Chinese. So there is a certain Sanatani bent to the whole thing. And she was saying that when she was talking to people in Kashi, she had spent a few days in Kashi interviewing people. He said the one concern that the youth had was, we are not getting jobs. So how well do you think the Modi government performed in the 10 years creating new jobs? Your opinion, sir?
Yeah, see, I mean, probably every year, like 1 crore, graduates join the stream. Okay. Now multiplied by, crores, then you will know how much you really need to invest to create jobs of 1 crore. Okay. So it is a challenge to really create a job. He was attacking it in two ways. Okay. One is that there was a lot of state-led growth was happening, state investment-led growth, like infrastructure. Okay. And then infrastructure is one, then logistics, transport, and things like that. Okay. And smart cities development and like that. So there was some employment happening there. Maybe we lost out on, small scale industries, because which is what is real generator of employment. Okay. And service sector as usual was growing. But maybe the farm could have suffered. That's where the unemployment could have happened. Okay. So unemployment did not go up, but it did not, it was still significant. One second thing I want to tell you, once I was discussing with a colleague of mine who specializes in labor employment, okay, labor economics. See, a lot of new jobs that you see today did not exist 5 years back, 10 years back. Okay. Like every apartment has got a team of securities. Then you have got a Swiggy Swiggy guy delivering. So much people, everybody home delivered. Okay. And imagine, I always ask one person, how many cars are produced annually? And if you assume that even 20% or then 25% have got drivers, okay, because 25% is directly commercial, plus people like me who engage drivers, okay. So there are those sort of explosion happening, okay. So in urban areas, probably the jobs are getting created, but rural areas probably stagnating. At least I am a votary of farm labor, which, Farm Act, farm reforms. Probably if that had happened, a lot more value-added services in farm sector would have got added. Okay, that would have generated employment. And that opportunity he lost. Okay. But if you take, for example, Varanasi, just one last point. For example, in the silk industry, there's a demand now, but production is not happening. Maybe we are not competitive because of the silk imports and things like that. Okay. But everybody, I met some silk manufacturers about 3-4 years back. They said that for once, we are getting power all the time. The carpet manufacturers were telling, silk manufacturers were telling. Maybe it's because of Varanasi, but they had an assured power, which they never had. Okay. So I don't know. It's a reality that there is an unemployment, but does it really drive the voting, then what happened? Do you think 2019 was better? Do you think 2014 was better? I don't know. And Gujarat is still doing well. Do the employment is not a problem in MP, but it's a problem in UP. Okay, I mean, if you call what is called as counterfactual analysis, if you really look at it. Okay, yeah, you're asking something.
Yeah. So my question, sir, was that see, if employment, especially in the farm sector, would have gone up if the farmers' bill were to have passed. There was a point when the farmers' bill was being agitated that Narendra Modi could have taken an easy way out and told Punjab that it is optional. Your state, if you don't want to implement it, don't implement it.
Correct.
And left it at that. And the other states would have gone ahead and done it. So, do you think that could have made a difference? Why did he not choose that route? Why did he do all or none?
Till today, I have never understood why did they go back, and they went back completely, scrapped probably the entire act and things like that. They could have even made some concession. The problem was that they had probably 13 rounds of meeting. Every time they won't even have coffee or tea. It never happened in government meeting, and they'll just decide for the next meeting. So one, I don't know, because Punjab election was coming, they said that could have been a reason, but I mean, BJP never had a chance in Punjab at that point. Okay, so they never really won.
They had nothing to lose. Yeah.
They had nothing to lose. Like they had nothing to lose in Tamil Nadu. Okay, now in the last election.
Yeah.
And they did lose. Okay. So that was not the reason, I understand, but somewhere, I don't know, they are badly advised. But I'll tell you, even if they're left to the Punjab government to procure, okay, ultimately central procurement, okay, and central has to support it. The sad part is, after scrapping the act, government actually increased the procurement in Punjab. Can you imagine that? Okay. So you are only actually, what you call as counterproductive incentives are very high in India for reform. And this election result is one more. I mean, if it turns out to be the way it's presently, I mean, Modi was acting against the counterproductive against it, incentives, which is really the reform. Okay. But then when you go back, don't go back, 200%. You can just stop at 50% or 25%, isn't it? I mean, so that was the problem. I mean, and then they got fulfilled what they think they're right. No, they won, isn't it? I mean, yeah.
Yes,
but one point to what you are saying, sorry, I mean, I'm sorry. You are asking how do voters
I thought you were done. Yeah, I thought you were done. Go ahead.
How voters decide. Okay, I would say that across India, okay, it's not like there's one decision by which they vote. Okay, one factor by which they vote. Maybe the minorities may have some predominant consideration, but others, I don't know. I mean, whether they really vote. I mean, some people say caste factor. If it is caste factor in the last two elections, how did we win in? How did BJP win in UP? Okay, and how did it win in MP, Rajasthan, and all that places? Okay, and if it is unemployment, I told you. I mean, how do you attribute all unemployment to state government? How is, let's say, West Bengal winning then? What is unemployment in West Bengal then? Okay, so what was her performance after all in economic development and economics and like that? Okay, at least DMK can say social justice and all that. Okay, what was her agenda? I mean, I never understood her economic agenda and things like that. So what I would say is that there was not a single factor, but I mean, I will even ask you one question. I think this was from the beginning, I faced a waveless election. There was really no wave. I mean, without wave, we don't really hit 400. Okay, but there were waves in outlier state. There was wave in West Bengal, wave in Telangana, wave in Kerala, wave in Tamil Nadu. Okay, probably Tamil Nadu and Kerala wave are not enough to really carry through. Telangana is making an impact. West Bengal, I'm surprised. Okay, so of course there was a Modi factor was there all over. Wherever he went, he was a crowd puller and he was a vote gatherer. But probably that's not enough. Again, let's not close it. I mean, but Sumit Peer is coming down from Vaidyanathan's score, isn't it? I mean, he's saying probably 300 plus, alliance and things like that. Okay, that will also be a very good scene if that happens. But this is like what we call a stock market, market correction. So the initial rounds are really a good signal for the BJP to correct itself also, wherever you think it has to really moderate itself. Like that. Yeah.
Yeah, sir, this is what I'm noticing, and we'll get the 𝗎CI website soon. So the past 2 hours now, it's more or less steady. BJP is at 296, India 227. That's what I've been noticing also. Thanks, Puma Drive, for bringing this. So, see what.
But BJP is only 250, I think. BJP is around.
No, this is not BJP. This is NDA, sir. You are right.
This is NDA, but BJP is only 250 around like that, I think.
Yeah. In fact, it's even less than that. It's even less than that. We'll go to 𝗎𝐶I Gov because that is official. They don't put any, garnishing. Here,
Correct.
BJP is at 236, Congress is at 97, and Samajwadi Party is at 35. So it is also the Trinamool has gone up to 32 now, and so there is a little bit of holding on here. Again, three rounds, very, very, very preliminary. We have to wait and see. Again, 236 now. It went up to 238, has come down to 236. So
yeah,
Sumit Peer was analyzing at every constituency, so the leads are not very big for Samajwadi Party.
Correct.
500,000. So it could be one pocket. See, we have to also understand, because of polarization, these things will happen one way, and then the swing goes the other way. And
which move you take and like that.
Yeah. But he was also saying tongue in cheek. I don't know if it was Professor RV or Sumit. He said tongue in cheek that, at least now the foreign media will not complain that the EVMs were hacked, because they actually showed these people in the lead. So,
no, yeah, I mean, in the sense that, but every time you will think that when they win an election, they will stop talking. But that has never stopped them from talking. In fact, in another channel, some anchor was asking one of the Congress spokesperson, will you at least stop now? Is your doubts cleared? Oh, no. That's for 𝗎𝐶 to clear our doubt. It's not for the vote, electorates to clear our doubt. How is it? Okay, so they want to still keep it pending. In fact, they are waiting for more rounds. That means, okay. Otherwise, you could have said, yeah, we swear by, voting machine. But I have been in I managed election long back. I can tell you that if you have to manipulate election, you have to involve really a lot of people to do that. It's not like, you can just figure with one person, 2 person like that. That's how our system works in government. No one person can singly manipulate a system. That's what is actually the hierarchical systems like that.
So here is a comment in jest. I think Pappu did hack the EVM.
Maybe, no, I wouldn't say. On the lighter side again, that is why they were confident till yesterday. When nobody was confident, they were all confident. And yes, how did they really go about? I think you should also call one of the pathologists to your room and ask them like.
Oh, he's going to join. He was going to join anytime now, as a matter of fact.
Who,
he should be joining anytime now. No, Sriram is completely in times now.
Right,
I have Sree Kumar Kannan, who's more database. Yeah, he will give us the database stuff. And I'm also going to, sir, keep talking. I'm going to ask you a question.
One small observation on Annamalai. Okay. When he was nominated, I was not at all for him to contest election, first of all.
Right.
I personally felt that, probably people who are not in his favor at the state level nominated him. Okay. And then maybe tie him down there also. So I think this is more from within the BJP, this could have happened, because if he had been free, he would have mentally operated in all the constituencies canvassed, and definitely another 1 or 2 percentages more they could have got. Okay. And he was very clear from the beginning that he wanted to really prove the percentage of vote share. Okay. But where where the whole arrangement might have gone wrong is when the overall India number comes down, then people will start focusing on Tamil Nadu now. If BJP had crossed 370, BJP plus 350, 370, then Tamil Nadu would not have been a factor at all. Now, people will ask, should we align, should we not align? But I don't think so. I think the decision was correct, and this result was expected. And maximum, even otherwise, BJP would have got another 5 seats, even if it had alliance with AIDMK, and that would not have added much to the overall tally. So that doesn't really help at all. But it will definitely help in 2026. When the state election comes, Annamalai will. The BJP will stand to gain, and it will be even a majority party there. So it will also be like, you know, I mean, the Telangana, the way it's happening, and Karnataka and like that. So that was a good decision. Accepting not going with AIDMK is an excellent decision, but Annamalai contesting could have been avoided. That's what I feel. You know, I don't know what is your take on that. You know.
Yeah, sir, I'm trying to raise Sree Kumar. So if you don't mind answering one question of mine, who do you think decided that Annamalai should contest? Because he was not for it.
He was not.
I'll be right back, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. So my feeling is that from what I was talking to people both here and Delhi is that the initial promptings might have come from Tamil Nadu, some leaders in Tamil Nadu BJP, and more to really probably corner him, I would say. Okay. And maybe then the Delhi got carried away by some of the argument that the Tamil Nadu leaders might have put to him. And they would also be seeing the sort of response that Annamalai is getting everywhere. Okay. And he was also like, you know, he spent 6 months on the field. So they would have thought that, you know, he might very much, I mean, he might win the election. Second thing is there are also stories like if he wins, he would have become minister like that. He could have become minister even on Rajya Sabha seat. Okay.
Correct.
If Kamal Haasan deserves a Rajya Sabha seat, Annamalai deserves it even more. Okay. If 𝗏𝗏 deserves, if 𝗏𝗏 deserves, he also deserves. Okay, because then he has really brought the party. So that was not a good move. And then the people who were not really for him within the, always I'll tell you, all the parties fall by their own weight, not by the opponents. Okay, whether it is DMK, AIDMK, Congress, BJP. BJP 2004 also it fell by its weight. Indira Gandhi fell by its weight, not by the opposition. You know, so the BJP they tried it, but Annamalai has to really fight internally also and externally more. You know? Yeah.
Well, the numbers are still staying same, around 295, 300, 230. OB149 wants to know, what is upsetting is, will Western press be called out for all the democracy is dead fake news? Will a Shekhar Gupta do a video on that? Well, OB1, I put out a video today, about 47, 48 minutes monologue. One of the longest ones I've done. It's very difficult to do it for that long. I hope you see it. About basically foreign press interference, how many people did it, how they did it, who did it, where was the money coming from, what were the players. It is just mind-boggling.
See, you are talking about foreign press, no? I'll tell you, in Tamil Nadu, if you see, Sree, it's as if, you know, there is no BJP still, there is no Annamalai. The media boycotts like anything, okay? And if Modi goes in meditation also, it's projected very, very differently. Okay. And the sort of negative publicity, see, in fact, it's not a negative publicity, it's actually no publicity. Okay. I think in your channel only once I spoke, if by chance there is a, you know, even a small, let's say flooding in Chennai, if media says that, oh, everything is excellent, people even in the flood will believe that there is no flooding in Chennai. That is how they have been brainwashed. Okay, so they got brainwashed as if, yeah, Annamalai is there, but you know, like that. So that's really a huge thing he had to fight, and they had to come around. Similarly, Modi is fighting at a global level. This sort of, you know, hacking and like, I mean, even the election commissioner made some observation yesterday. Okay, that we had really handled a lot of global pressure. But I think, I mean, finally he has won. If they had not sent 400 par, we would have celebrated coming third time, winning and then becoming prime minister. But because the 400 mark, probably we are undermining the whatever success they really got today. After 3 terms, which means, I mean, after 2 terms, which means, mind you, with all the unemployment and all you are talking about, it's very difficult today for even a corporator to fight anti-incumbency. Because I always say that anti-incumbency starts from day one. Okay. Because the very designing of government and bureaucracy and delivery is like that. Okay. Immediately all the complaints pile up, grievances pile up. The moment you become something in public life, okay, you get elected. So to fight that for 10 years, and before that, another, you know, maybe 3 elections in Gujarat, CM, and still maintain this. Even today, nobody is blaming Modi. Okay. So that's really an achievement. But sadly, because of the expected number and current number, this is bad. I mean, this is disappointing, not bad. This is disappointing. Anyway, let's still believe Vaidyanathan plus Vaidyanathan.
Yeah, I pinged him to come back. He hasn't responded yet. Hopefully he will.
Maybe you can call him by 1 or something. I think he wanted some more time to.
Right. I'm going to hang around for some more time. If Sree Kumar comes in, then we can do a bit of analysis. He's a numbers guy. He goes through and checks out everything. Can we have an update from the EC, please? Election website, ECI website. Professor RV has become YouTube member. Maybe. I don't know. Thank you, Professor RV. 236 for BJP, 95 for Congress, 36. The Samajwadi Party has crept up by one more. It's more or less the same. More or less the same.
See, if we people believe the snap poll, exit poll, opinion poll, now they are counted at least through 2 lakh, 3 lakh votes by now, isn't it?
Yes.
It's also sort of sample enough. I'm hoping.
Correct.
It's not postal ballots. So now the target goalpost is revised. Goalpost is simple majority for BJP.
Right.
300 for alliance.
Correct.
Because Sumit put it starkly, where will the seats come from? It has come from UP and West Bengal.
Correct.
All the additional seats. Hope it happens.
And Jagan wants to know, are Hindus greedy by nature, or the BJP MLA MP are worse and enjoying in the face of Modi ji?
The second part is true in the sense that they were all waiting Modi will campaign and then they'll win the election. Okay. They do, of course, they do a lot of campaigning locally and things like that. But at the end of the day, they should know that they have to perform for 5 years. Okay. So it's not like somehow, I've seen, especially in Tamil Nadu, I'm seeing it. You do whatever for 4 years and 9 months, the last 3 months with freebies, cash for votes, okay, and then some volunteers and booth agents, politicians could be believing that they can win the election. So I think people have to, perform for 5 years if you want to be really sure of your election. It's really like preparing for a civil service exam at the last minute and then hoping that something, will take you through. So, people who prepare throughout, they walk into the service and like that. But suddenly, if you do some last minute preparation, you think that somebody will come and save you. It won't happen, Somebody does a crash course for you, let's say, and then think that you can pass through the exam.
Professor Ramesh,
Hindus greedy and all, I think let's not start lamenting. Like Vaidyanathan said, let's wait for the final result, because then we may have to take back our words.
Yeah. So what we have to really look for, viewers, and even if we go offline, you guys can look for it during the afternoon, is there'll be one point at which the sequence will always be going in only one direction. And that tells you that is what is going to determine the final number. And this has happened in many elections that I have seen. Until then, it will look like it is very, very close. And then suddenly the needle starts swinging. Like, for example, BJP has moved from 235 to 241 in about 20 minutes. So why is that happening? Well, first of all, couple of seats Samajwadi Party has lost, and couple in Trinamool. Trinamool is 32. That's a big number for Trinamool. That was not expected. Sir, I trust one of my friends.
In fact, I'm sure they would have even made posters and statements criticizing election commission, way back, ballot boxes and all that. They have to now print fresh posters, I think, Congress and opposition party and all,
So they will
see, 4 seats you are saying, imagine, those are 4 MPs getting elected actually.
Correct.
The very complexion changing. So let us see. See, you saw in that West Bengal list you showed me, there are certain lists which are around 50,000. There are certain lists which are around 10,000.
Right.
So it's like different distribution you see there. Okay.
Correct.
So we don't know, the 10,000 are leads by BJP or 10,000 are leads by Trinamool, then that will tell you like a district measurement for what's going to the tally.
Correct.
And for your question, the tipping point has to come from West Bengal. I mean, UP first and West Bengal.
Yeah,
that will be the tipping point to cross 250 itself now.
I expect BJP to hit 60 seats in Uttar Pradesh, even after all these things. I expect them to hit 60 seats, in which case it will be the same as before. So that 303 may not hit, but at least 285, 280 or something, if it will go and stop there. I mean, 273 is fine. That is your absolute count. Because, you know, you have people like Chandrababu Naidu who would always be looking at, what do I do with my, you know, he's supposed to be leading in 16 seats now. What do I do with it? I mean, because he will fancy his chances. Hey, others are all dummies. I am the smart one in the room. I can be the prime minister. So all Indian politicians, right? Even for one day, if they are prime minister, that gets engraved in history, and that's that.
Why, Chandrababu? You have another one. I mean, Nitish Kumar.
Yes, Nitish Kumar.
He will also not try his hand. But the point is, see, one of the best part of BJP winning 2014 and 19 is they could form government singly without coalition. Right. Okay, even though there was a coalition, but they could form on their own. That is needed for Modi style of management. You know, you talked about leadership. You know, in the earlier UPA time, what was happening? The ministers of the coalition parties were more accountable to the coalition leaders than to the prime minister, which goes against the cabinet principle.
Correct. Correct.
So that looked like the norm that time between 2004 and 14, but then he changed it totally. Okay, but then now again, I hope it doesn't happen again. We don't go back to those days. Yeah. Walter Kumar, yes. No, he won't, because Bihar, it has done well. Coalition has done well, actually. BJP and JDU.
So the question is, where is BJP going to get that 30 seats? There are 241, 32 seats needed still. Where are they going to get that from? And
so
I think it's going to happen. Yeah, 43
see,
now.
If it is 5-10 seats, you can get scratch 2 here, scratch 2, and all. If it is 30, it has to be UP only. UP and West Bengal only, you know. Maybe UP 20, West Bengal 10, then they can make it. If it is 5-10, you can say 2 from Telangana, 2 from Maharashtra, and things like that. You know?
Right.
So that's what it is. But Maharashtra is, again, I mean, you do expect, but it's really totally counter. One good thing is it also shows that people don't get swayed by, you know, opinion polls and all. Okay, they have their own mind, you know, and they have their own calculations probably. And another thing, what do you think would have been the impact of last minute fall in the voting percentage? Okay.
Right.
You know, maybe
so now this is Maharashtra. Look at Maharashtra. So we have Uddhav Thackeray is doing well, 10 seats, leading in 10 seats.
Yeah.
And BJP was expected to hit 22, another 9 seats they are supposed to win. So we don't know what the margins are. Certainly, that's a surprise that Uddhav Thackeray has got that many.
No, Shinde also got 6 seats. I mean, not bad.
6 seats, yeah.
But NCP, I mean, Ajit Pawar is, I mean, is a failure. I think 1 seat.
Right.
Maybe he didn't have any share also, you know.
Right.
But ultimately, I think they have not been able to build the party, Shinde and Ajit Pawar. So I don't know, will there be a reverse merger now? These people with the parent party?
I don't know, sir. That is a question up in the air.
No, it won't. Center will be still BJP, no? That's there.
Central will be still BJP. Correct.
Yeah. So that's.
I was a little bit surprised when BJP, you know, broke Shiv Sena and got Shinde, and they didn't stop there. They had everything there. Why go and break Ajit Pawar? They did not need to do that, because I bet you if he was not in the coalition and if BJP had contested those seats, they would have probably won. So there are some miscalculations there. Somewhere
people within BJP didn't like it, actually. Leave alone the other parties.
Right.
People, why are we taking? I mean, you know, some people. I mean, probably those parties were happy, or you know, they are getting, you are taking their expendables. Okay. Some cases it could be like that also. Okay. So, I mean, why favor them? I mean, no, see, otherwise they would have had infighting with these people. Okay.
Right.
There was an infighting between Ajit Pawar and then Supriya Sule and then Sharad Pawar. They would have been gloriously fighting. What did we do? We solved their problem. Okay. And then we took over the problem. Okay.
Yeah, sir, it has been said for a long time.
When people fight, when they're fighting, why are you, want to really intervene? Yeah. Yeah, you're saying something.
People say that Maharashtra is where the money is. And therefore, any party in center wants to somehow gain power in Maharashtra. And viewers, I don't for a moment buy that BJP is not corrupt. They are. It is just that they are doing it in a polished way that you don't see it. Maybe they take the money for the party and half of the money finds into their own pocket and the other half goes to the party and says, this is all he gave. Who's going to check, right? These are all funny money anyway. I'm just
only thing I've seen in BJP is that, you don't have name droppers. Okay.
Yeah.
Say, I can get this done, I can get that done like that. I mean, and that's really not entertaining, at least in Delhi. Okay. So that's a major change. But what is happening is one day we will do a talk on this. What's happening is that state level is what is still out of control. Okay.
But the state is an integral part of law and order, sir. If you look at order, for example, police, some states have wreaked havoc. Look at the composition of the police force. It is one-sided. And those who don't happen to be of that caste, they find it very, very hard. I mean, you take, for example, Yogi Adityanath. Do you think he'll be able to do it with the same zest?
With the revised...
Yeah. Sir, I want to ask Sumit.
Sumit, yeah. Sumit, yeah.
So how are things, Sumit?
Sarji, things are still proceeding. UP is still turning a bit here and there. Haryana is more of consolidating. But, this 300 kind of a number is what looks to be right now. And we have around 48 to 56 swing seats. So in next 2 hours, it's 12:30 right now. By 2:33, we'll be in a better position to show how, because the margin, the good thing is where BJP is winning with a sizable margin. But where it is trailing with very small margins. So still 2 or 3 rounds are gone. We have 13 to 18 rounds go, right? So it is going to change. But again, how much does BJP climb on its own? 270, 280, 260, will it be 290? That is still to be seen. But I still believe that NDA is going to touch somewhere around 330, 340, what we had projected. But how much does BJP get? Because we had projected 310 for the BJP and that kind of a thing. So will it reach 310? Will it be 303, 280, 90? That is something which we have to contemplate and see how it is going. But still too early to call it. And West Bengal, the key lies in 2 states, sir. The states are West Bengal and another state is UP. Again, very densely populated states. Again, second, third round of counting happening, around 15 rounds to go. In that space, a lot of things are going to churn out. So far, the only drawback, which is not on expected lines, is Haryana, 4-5 seats. Delhi, 1 seat, but that's a part of politics. 1 seat here and there is part of politics. Haryana, 4-5 seats. MP is a sweep. Rajasthan is doing pretty well. Karnataka are doing pretty well. So UP and Bengal, once they consolidate, because if I look at both of the states together, there are around 50-60 seats there, which are up for grab. And if you do a half-way split, so definitely NDA's tally is going to go up. But how much will the BJP's tally go up? That is to be seen. And by the way, your good friend 𝗠ecie Tharoor is trailing again in Kerala. Anil Anthony is kind of winning. So Delhi, the Aam Aadmi Party has increased the margin, and AAP is coming out to be again in 4 seats, what we had predicted from 3 to 5 seats. Right, so that only the surprise is Akhilesh Yadav, what the trends look like, sir. And second thing is, how does this West Bengal and UP combined turn out? That will take another couple of hours. By the time we can call it a day, by that time we have to wait and watch, play that game, wait and watch the game of nerves. And as we had predicted, Kangana is leading, and to all my surprises, Supriya Sule is leading. We did not expect that. I don't know what happened between 𝗣𝗂𝘅's seat. We don't know what is happening on there. So, and one thing you will not believe me. Today the trends say Congress is leading in 7 seats in UP. Even Rahul Gandhi will not believe that. If you say to Rahul Gandhi, you are leading in 7 seats in UP, you say, "Arey bhaiya, kya baat kar rahe ho? How can I lead in 7 seats in UP?" Then Congress will not believe that. So there are still some trends. When we started the day, we saw that Prime Minister Modi is trailing in Varanasi. Ajay Rai is leading. I mean, which can never ever happen, but that is what the postal ballots say. But yes, Akhilesh has been able to put a much better fight. And second thing here, what we have to say, in UP, the caste equation has worked for the opposition. Akhilesh did one thing very good.
This is the thing I was expecting. Sumitji, look at this. This is what I was expecting. SP is falling from 36 to 34 and now at 32. At one point, they were 40. 40.
Sir, girega, sir. If Akhilesh Babu gets around 15 seats, he has done well. If he gets 20, he has done. But even Akhilesh does not expect more than 15 to 20. That is what my sources are telling me. People who are very close to Akhilesh are telling me 15, 20 is what will be very happy about. And let me tell you one more thing, sir, which is very, very important. Akhilesh, 2014 gave ticket to 21 or 22% Muslim candidates. 19, it came to around 11 or 12%. This time only 4%. Even Akhilesh has not given seats to Muslim candidates. But even still with that, I don't think he will cross 15-20. If he crosses 15-20, is already good for him. If he crosses 20, BJP will come to somewhere around 60. 60-62 was what was, I think it was in 2014. Right. In 2019, they crossed around 70. But the challenge with BJP and Modi is that if you don't get 99, you fail. Right? You don't have to pass. You have to get 99, 98. It's like that. How come you don't get 99? Arey, kaise 99 nahi aaya? So that is the challenge with here. But but what baffles me is this 𝗤𝗏𝗍𝗏, and what baffles me is this what is 𝗤𝙠𝙤𝙤 Engineer. I still this is sulking my heart.
Look at this, Sirji. D.K. Suresh, brother of D.K. Shivakumar, is trailing by 1.52 lakh votes.
Wow. I want Mr. Manjunath to win. I want Dr. Manjunath to win. This is good news. At least after this 𝗤𝗏𝗍𝗏 and Rashid Engineer, this is good news. Honestly, sir, I would want Umar Abdullah to win, not a Rashid Engineer to win. I would want anybody to win, not 𝗤𝗏𝗍𝗏 to win. This is good news. D.K. Suresh is good news. And there's one more surprise. In Haryana, I don't know what the hell happened. This Raj Babbar was a last-minute entry, sir. And he's leading with 60,000 votes in Gurugram. I don't believe it. I live in the place and he's leading with 60,000 votes. Nobody could think he will beat 𝗤𝗏𝗍𝗏, but there was a lot of infighting and there was a lot of dissonance within the BJP vis-a-vis 𝗤𝗏𝗍𝗏. That was a bit of a debacle. But still, somebody comes in, you paradrop a candidate, he's a celebrity, he's leading with 60,000 votes. Raj Babbar, 𝗤𝗏𝗍𝗏, and Rashid Engineer. There are 3 surprises which I've seen so far. The rest is more on the predicted lines. There's not a great surprise there. But I don't know what is happening. This is mind-boggling.
Do you have a minute, Sumitji? I want to give you a break and I will answer this question and then you can tell me whether you agree with me or not. Professor Ramesh, I'll bring you back. If you have a question of Sumit, you can ask him. I'm going to go get me a glass of water. I will give the answer to this question. Go get water. In the meantime, Ramesh and you can talk. Ramesh ji will ask you a question. So get ready for asking a question, Professor Ramesh. He's from IIM Bangalore. I don't know. You probably know him. Yeah. So the question I have, so the answer for this question, Anusha, I specifically put it up because I didn't want to say it, but I'm saying it now. Exit polls are coming from a single source. You don't have to take my word for it. In 2015, the first election after the Lok Sabha, Bihar, how did the exit polls get it so wrong? Because they all said that BJP is winning and BJP lost badly. And then a lot of questions asked. At that time, NDTV was still Pranay Roy. It was flying high. My book came only in 2017. You know what he said? He said, look, exit polls, we all take it from the same source. And if that source is wrong, everything is wrong. So this is the problem, Anusha. Exit polls are coming only, I think now there are two sources that give you exit poll data. Because there's a lot of money and effort that it needs to be done to get even 5,000 here, 5,000 in every state, and so on and so forth. So there are only 2 vendors who provide exit poll data. Okay, and if both of them are more or less aligned, or if one took the other guy's data, took off something here, added something there, that's what you're going to get. However, it's still going to probably hold good. May not be in that big numbers, but a little bit less than that. So next question. Sumiji, please feel free to answer this question. I'm going to take a break. I'll disappear from the screen.
So, Ramesh,
you can ask. Yeah.
I have one quick clarification. We don't have red state and blue state in India. Okay.
Yes.
We are more varied. I mean, state-wise, and you are seeing in this election itself. I mean, and of course, it's too early. I still go with you. See, I was only thinking. I was telling Sree Iyer also. You take the overall trend which is happening. Okay, narrow margins like that. But if you take dipstick certain states like Smriti Irani and like that, she's still trailing, by a good number.
Yeah, she's trailing by a good number, sir.
Yeah, so that is what worries me, because, for example, Rahul has been steadily, increasing the lead, and she's up and down and like that in the leads. That might impact, let's say, reflect the region also, let's say.
Correct.
So do you think we can get still another 10, 15 seats from UP and West Bengal also? I mean, if you really...
Yeah, in fact, Ramesh sir, I was exactly discussing this with Mr. Iyer sir just a couple of minutes back. You see, West Bengal and UP are densely populated states.
Yeah.
So here, the rounds will be 13 or 18 or 19 of the EVM counting. Right now, we are done with 3 rounds. I mean, when I spoke to Sree Iyer ji around half an hour back, so the data what we got from Election Commission is out of 64 crore votes, only 6 crores have been counted.
Right,
so that means only 1/10 of the vote is counted. Now it might have come to 8-9 crores. Still, there's a sizable amount of vote which is not counted. And in UP, the votes which got counted or the rounds which happened where the minority community is dominant.
Correct.
So we could see that trends. Now, constantly, if you see, SP is declining and BJP is rising. That's point number 1. Where BJP is leading is a sizable lead, and where SP is leading is 250, 450, 1,000, 2,000 is very small leads. In a place like UP, the winning and loss is 50,000, 1 lakh, 1.5, 2 lakh votes it can go. So 400, 500 is not a pakka lead. I believe Akhilesh would be happy if he can be around 15 to 20 seats, because his clan guys very close to him told me that we are hoping 15-20 seats. We are not hoping more than that. I was telling Iyer sir, can you believe Congress is leading in 7 seats in UP? Even Rahul Gandhi will not believe if I tell him. He will not believe his ears. It's impossible. So there are those caveats. And in West Bengal, again, sir, because of densely populated, large population, first 2-3 rounds are only done. Look, Mamta Didi is going to lose ground. Now, it's only a subject matter of discussion. How much grounds will she lose? Will she lose this much or will she concede this much? I still believe there are gains which are bound to come from UP. There are gains which are bound to come from West Bengal. The only setback what I see is 4 seats of Haryana, 1 seat of Delhi, and maybe 1 or 2 seats here and there. That is the only major setbacks what I see. Smriti ji is an unfortunate setback, because unfortunately looks like people are taking Kishori Lal Sharma as a better candidate than Rahul Gandhi. I would have been happier if Rahul Gandhi would have contested a meeting, would have lost. But Kishori Lal Sharma seems to have a better goodwill than Rahul Gandhi. But anyway, that's still politics. But I believe there are at least 48 to 56 swing seats, which are still there. Now, if I do a rough cut mathematics, 305 NDA, if I divide them half-half, so still they will reach 340. What I had predicted, 340 to 370 NDA. But how much will the BJP get out of those 25? It's still to be seen. But I somehow believe that with BJP's poll management, macro management and all, they should be able to pull it beyond 272 mark, because knowing Prime Minister Modi's style, he is not a 271 man. He's a 273 man. He's not even happy with 272. So that is something which we have to still see. How does the things pan out? I'm seeing that by the end of the day, there'll be 30-35 seats more, which will add up to NDA, because anybody who is going to add up, look at all the elections, is the person who is winning. Never losers add up seats. The data says only the winners add up seats. Addition unka hota hai. The people who are losing, they will only lose seats. I think Congress right now is looking at 97, 98. Even Rahul Gandhi will not believe this number. If he will get 80, he'll be happy. They are all jumping on joy on TV. Where they were jumping on joy? We have done fantastically well. It's like this year I got a better consolation prize. Congress doesn't fight the elections to win. They are fighting for the consolation prize. We were at 50 year, we got 80 year. What are you talking? We have increased by the percent increase kiya hai. You are underestimating us. So, but for the problem with Prime Minister Modi is even if you get 16 UP out of 80, Arey Modi ji, you have not done good yaar. You should have done much better. You should have got 75. You should have 78. That boy who has to always get 99. Even 95 is not good. No, this year you didn't work hard. You were just doing masti. So, but I mean, still a lot of things to go now. I'm seeing NDA is still at 305, and it's kind of holding. So let's see how UP pans out and how do the things come out.
But I think it can only go up. It cannot come down.
It will only go up, sir. That is what I'm just telling you. You're absolutely right, sir. That is what's because for NDA it will go up. Because that is what, if you look all the elections, the winner's tally goes up and the person who is losing, his only tally goes down. That is the law of mathematics.
And that happens as you inch closer to the counting end like that.
Hello?
I mean, the climbing up the winner happens as you go closer to the final tallies and like that.
Right.
Final tallies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll take a break for 10 minutes. I'll join later.
Yes. Thank you. So, Sumitji, when do you have to get back?
I have said 10-15 minutes, not a problem. I have up to 1 o'clock.
Okay. You look a little tired.
I have not slept last night. I have not slept last night. That is the problem, but it's okay. Yesterday was a 3-hour live from Parliament House. Then we did P Grooves. Then I had one more thing. But in the morning, I had to reach here by 6:30. There was hardly any time to sleep, and my usual puja and all happened. So nothing. But I am worried about the trends. Not tired by physical or mentally. I'm just hoping the trends kind of get better because India needs a decisive government. Even Modi ji with a 320 and not at 273 on BJP is not a very healthy state of things. We want a decisive mandate, plus whatever you get over and above that should be a welcome thing.
Do you think there was some kind of friction between RSS and BJP?
Look, there is a talk in the grapevine, something happened. And if you recall at the past few interviews, right, RSS, I know how RSS works. They are those relentless workers who don't need anything from you. They don't end pad pratishta kuch nahi chahiye. They keep on working. And if you come and say, I don't want RSS, I don't want to listen to RSS, and looking at the BJP, I don't think Mr. Nadda will give this statement without consulting Mr. Modi or how did he give this statement? I have no idea, sir. So if the grapevine talk goes and if there is something, but still knowing RSS, they will not cannibalize BJP because BJP is part of them. It's not like you're ditching a friend. You can't ditch your own organ. Because if you ditch your own organ,
you can't cut off your own
adversary will win. You can't catch up your own hand. Your adversary will win. So ditching BJP means that Congress will win or then somebody else will win. So I don't think that will happen. Yes, the participation might not have been there, but I still don't understand where did Mr. Nadda come from there and why did Mr. Nadda need to talk over there? That is still beyond. That was a big surprise and this did not get talked a lot. But let's see. Still, the numbers are consolidating. Let's see how it pans out, sir.
But such statements are best avoided, don't you think? BJP is a fairly disciplined party. What was the need for him to say that at that point of time?
I have no idea. Why did Mr. Nadda need to say in the fag end of the elections? He could have said, no, we are one. It's a family. What is the difference? There's no difference between brothers, sister, father, son. BJP 242, Congress 96, SP at 33. The problem here is that this SP at 33. This has to come to 15. Then 15 seats will move to here. Right? 17 seats will move to here. 242 becomes around 262. Then with gains from Bengal and all, we'll be able to cross 272, 273. That is where it is going to happen. We thought that we'll be able to call election by 12, but it's not going to end by 12. It's going to go by 9, 10 later. We don't know how long it will go. So it's just going to go down with the wire. But still, how much? Which one is this? I'm on the phone. I can't read much.
What it says is that there is a massive gain of Muslim votes for India bloc Indie block.
Yeah, indie block, and it has
24%.
happened. And
Yeah.
it has happened, sir. I mean, this was on the predicted lines. It had happened, and I think even in UP again the old formula has worked. That is Yadav Muslim. I think Yadav Muslim vote bank has consolidated to some extent for Akhilesh. You see, let's not fool ourselves. I've been always talking one thing. I've been telling you, sir, Muslims do not vote for BJP. Modi ji has done what no other PM has done for them. Modi ji has done what, that program, what we did on that Yana Mir and all, that was on these lines. Don't befool yourself. What was I trying to say? Don't shoot yourself in the foot. It's not going to happen. You see, at the end of the day, who wins from Kashmir? Baramulla, Rashid Engineer. And who is Rashid Engineer? I mean, these are some facts which need to be accounted, sir. My heart and intention towards somebody might be very clear. But what is his heart and intention towards me? I love and respect you because you love and respect me, right? I can love and respect you. The one-sided love doesn't take you anywhere. No? You hate me. How will that come? We can never work together. I love you, I respect you, and you hate me and you dislike me. Can we work together? So somewhere down the line, even these things have to be thought about. These things have to be thought about, how the things are panning out to be. Looks like in UP, the Yadav Muslim combined, Akhilesh has a Yadav vote bank. Let's not forget that. If the Muslims en masse vote for Akhilesh, but I still believe UP at least 13 to 15 seats and 4 or 5 of Congress. So that means still 20 seats are up in grab for UP and 5 to 10 in West Bengal. So 244 plus 30 is 274. So we're still in the fray. It's not gone yet. It's still in the fray. And obviously India is from the government, but I want at least BJP to be in a majority. I mean, now 303 or 310 might not be problem. But I don't know what is happening with 𝗤𝙗𝑆ree Tharoor. What I'm seeing right now, he's trailing. So this is something very interesting to see. And there are a lot of seats like this too, sir, wherein the margins are very small and 𝗤𝙗𝑆𝑆𝑆 is doing. And they were around 200 plus seats last election where BJP were more than 2 lakh votes. There were few seats where they were more than 3 lakh votes, and the vote margin went down to 5 lakh votes. So these leads of 100, 2000, 450, 2000, 5000, they do not matter in a Lok Sabha election ultimately. If unfortunately, Amethi is looking bad because Kishori Lal Sharma is already having a 40,000 lead. This Amritpal is at 79,000, right? Rashid Engineer is going. I have been talking to all the pollsters yesterday. I said, Rashid Engineer is the surprise. And I told them, did you budget Rashid? They said, yes. I said, Umar will not make it. It's a Rashid Engineer will make it. So there is one wake-up call also here. If in Baramulla Rashid Engineer wins, that talks something. Yeah, that talks something. So,
Sumit, here are the numbers for 𝗤𝙗𝑆ree Tharoor. He's trailing by 17,000 votes. 17.
Good. I'm very happy. I want my brother and my friend and my buddy Rajiv Chandrasekhar to win. I'm very happy Mr. Tharoor is trailing. These people have taken politics for granted. They think these are their feudums and they will come up, ghumta phirta and win the election. And you see, Anthony's seat, Rajiv Chandrasekhar's seat is again, except UP, which is not fully decided, and Bengal, I don't see, except Haryana, BJP has lost ground anywhere. Haryana, again, 4 seats, it's not a big deal. But everywhere else they have gained. And in Maharashtra, we were expecting, I've been talking about Maharashtra and Bihar. This was on the expected lines. But UP and West Bengal, I think they are consolidating, sir. We will see how it goes. Subriti's seat is a bit of a surprise. And what I was telling you, that people seem to take Kishori Lal Sharma more seriously than Rahul Gandhi. So that is a bit of a surprise. So I think the game plan of Gandhi's will be that Rahul will leave Bareilly. After Bareilly, they will make Priyanka to contest from there. So you will have Rahul from Wayanad, Priyanka from Bareilly, and Sonia Ji from Rajya Sabha. And at the right point of time, they will also get Robert Vadra into the game from Rajya Sabha. So by this virtue, all the 4 will be members of parliament, and that is how they will span out. But will Congress get 80? I still have my doubts. What is happening to Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary? Is he? I think he's.
Can we look at Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary? I also would like to look at Annamalai. What is happening in Coimbatore?
I want him to win. I pray to God he should win. Oh my God, the guy should win.
while that comes up, so we are going to take a look at two numbers, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and Annamalai. Here we go. Trailing by 6,000 votes, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. Trinamool is leading. Pathan Yusuf Pathan.
Again, Muslim vote consolidation. Welcome to the party.
Right.
And I think Muslims seem to have been voting tactically, sir. And you give all the benefits. You give all the benefits. You give everything. Pakka makan, nal, insurance. But vote to wahi padega, sir. Jahan padna hai. Tera mera kya rishta? La ilaha illallah. When I say that, people don't like what I say, but these are words of impeccable wisdom. You may not
very,
like my
very
tone
tight.
and tenure.
Yeah.
No, you may
14,000
like my
now.
tone and tenure. Who? Adhir Ranjan.
Annamalai is trailing by 14,000 votes.
But still, sir.
But this is early going, sir. It's only it's only 1.5 lakhs. It's 14 lakhs. 10 times there is leader. And there are pockets where, there are pockets where DMK is strong. There are pockets where BJP is strong. There are pockets where ADMK is strong. So we have to wait and see. And if I look at the votes that the ADMK guy has got, he is still holding his own, which means that I thought that there will be vote transfer from ADMK to DMK. Agar wo ho gaya to haar jayenge. Because he doesn't have like 50% vote. Annamalai could only maximum 38%. So for 38%, for that to click, he needs to have the others also cutting into the DMK vote. DMK is purely money. So Sumitji, DMK never had a presence here. They just put money, threw money like crazy, and they got the votes. That's how it is. Anyway, so this is where things stand now, viewers. I think you should take some sleep. You're looking really tired. Maybe a power nap.
No, it's all right, sir. I still have 10 minutes to go. Not a problem. You know, I'm really, I'm really concerned about this UP and how the other things are panning out, because it's very important for Modi ji to have an absolute majority. He will be the prime minister, that's not a doubt. But having absolute majority is very, very important, so that you are able to do this decisive politics. And overall, if you see, Sri sir, UP dekhiye, Bengal dekhiye, Yusuf Pathan ko dekhiye, wherever you see, Muslims have voted to a pattern. So far, when I look at the numbers, this is what it looks to be. Muslims have voted to a pattern. The pattern is to defeat BJP. It's very simple. Vote the person who can defeat BJP. Now, even Prime Minister Modi has to rethink and recalibrate. That's why I always say an infiltrated person is more dangerous than an ISI agent. Because when you catch an ISI agent, his game is over. Infiltrated person आपके साथ बैठ के चाय पी रहा है ना? What will you do to him? So this is also something which, why is it in the Muslim-dominated states BJP is not able to win? And even BJP has to ask itself a question. Why in Kashmir we could not field a candidate? Right? Why Rashid Engineer is winning? And Amrit Pal winning, and all these are not very healthy trends. And if a Yusuf Pathan can win over Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary comes from that district. He is the son of the soil. And Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has been a Bahubali in the past. So Yusuf Pathan comes and whacks him in his home turf. Why? Because one particular community has voted en masse. If UP trends hold, take it to me, sir, Yadav Muslim combine has again worked. Yadav Muslim combine has again worked. But this will be a very worrying trend for the BJP in the assembly folds then.
Very true. And I'm seeing again the rhetoric in India Today TV. They are able to get a much higher audience compared to like, for example, Times Now and Republic. Republic is not getting crowd, and I'm very surprised. I'm just looking at YouTube channels.
No, you see, the contrarian view is given by the India Today. And so the people who still believe India Alliance can make it and all, they want that contrarian view to come. So that is what they're giving. And Republic, if you look at the YouTube channel, only few things hit. Usually looking at the number of subscribers and views per video is pathetic, is horribly atrocious. Only a few things hit. Now kabhi 1-2 din mein something hits. That is what is happening. So it's not the kind of traction what we guys get on our channels. Looking at the subscription base is quite phenomenal. because we have a dedicated subscriber base. People just subscribe them and hardly anybody watches them. So I still don't know what does this election give you as a message. If BJP is going to win it, Modi is going to be the prime minister. Now, what kind of seats he ends up with? Does he need to go back to the drawing board? Does he need to think what is happening? Because Bengal and UP, same problem. But if it happens here, tomorrow it can happen in Assam. It can happen in other states as well. And we know how did BJP lose the Karnataka elections? It was again the Mysuru area and all that, what we discussed in P Gurus. Now, these are some baffling trends, sir. And let's see how it ends. We hope we are able to learn the lessons. And I don't know. But the only, I think, good takeaway here is Kejriwal is limited to 4 seats. And all the tamasha and all the drama is dead. He's limited to 4 or 5 seats. So at least we are relieved of Kejriwal. But I don't know. How does Sachin bhai UP look like now as per EC Commission, Election Commission?
Yeah, we'll take a quick look at that.
"36, 33, 7. I don't believe this. 7 for INC, sir. RLD2 is okay. Baki sab theek hai. I don't believe 7 for INC. How much is the lead? I can't see it. It's on my phone. I'm using a phone today. It's a small screen.
Rai Bareli is a huge lead, 1.87 lakhs.
Done. It's a done deal.
Yeah. But these are all big leads, Sumit ji. Saranpur, independent. Imran Masood is the leading candidate. Margin is 71,000. Sitapur, Rakesh Rathore, 74,000. Rai Bareli, Rahul Gandhi, 1.87 lakhs. Amethi, Kishori Lal, 57,000. Wow. That means Smriti Irani is losing. Allahabad, Ujjwal Raman Singh, 24,000. Barabanki, Tanuj Punia, 1,05,000.
So only, I think one seat that has 20,000 can still fill. But Joe, can we look at the leads of SP, Sachin bhai? How do they look like right now?
Yeah.
What is the average lead of SP? How many seats have small leads?
Actually, there is one Sambhal, Ziaur Rahman is 5,000. Everything 1,730 for Neeraj Maurya. I don't know which party that is. Utkarsh Varman Madhur from Kher is 3,700. It's difficult to find out because they're not mentioning the party that is in lead. This is SP list. So these are all SP. So about 4 or 5 seats, Sumitji. 4 or 5 seats in less than 10,000. And yeah, there are quite a few as a matter of fact.
I think there should be around 15.
Palat sakta hai.
So there should be, sir, good 15 seats in UP, which should be in this range, right? Should be around 15 seats.
Yeah, 15 seats ho sakta hai. Yeah, ho sakta hai.
And if we take a look at West Bengal, how many do look out there?
We'll look at West Bengal. Yeah, bring up the West Bengal, please.
TMC, where is TMC leading? I have to see how many seats are they leading.
Yeah. Can we look at the 31 seats of Trinamool Congress, what the leads are? Okay, some are big, some are okay. Keep going, please. Sumitji, I only see 2 seats where it could change. Might be difficult.
Only 2 seats? Because
Yeah.
I can't see them. Mine is a small screen today.
Yeah, only 2 seats that could potentially swing it, and even that is like very, very. I mean, it's still 2,600, 5,900, that sort of stuff.
1,000 you can still swing, but
well,
so basically 17 seats.
So maybe Nehru's record will
20
remain
seats
intact. Because there is this other problem. JDU, I think 10 seats. Chandrababu Naidu 16 seats. Out of the whatever 300, let's say 300 per rakhte hain, 300 per rakhte hain, right? So these two, they are both going to demand pound of flesh.
Yeah.
And you
going,
don't. Yeah. They will even say we'll accept a BJP PM but not Modi, that sort of stuff. I mean, in fact, they'll give a no candidate, no Modi, no Yogi, no Amit Shah, no this, no that. Who knows? Because it is difficult to try and what you said about BJP getting a full absolute majority is very critical. If they don't do that, then see, the other problem, Sumit, I'm looking at Tamil Nadu. They have done so much atrocities on Hindus, and then Hindus still go and vote for DMK.
Kya kare, sir? I mean, who votes for Mamta Didi? Do you think she only wins on Muslim vote? No, she doesn't win on only Muslim vote. And what has happened in UP? I think it is the Yadav Muslim combined, which has done the magic. And Yadavs are, with due respect, Hindus. I mean, Muslims vote en masse, and Mamta ji cannot only win on Muslim vote. The Hindus who go and vote, same DMK.
Right.
You can say Sanatan Dharma is a parasite, AIDS, hai, ye hai, wo hai. Still you will get the votes.
So the other possibility, outside chance, is that BJP suffers 2/3 split under somebody, and then they form the government with the help of Mamta and DMK. Oh my God, I'm like, I'm shuddering. Something like that happens.
That won't happen, and I hope that these 20 seats come to BJP, and from 244 they reach to 264, 265. Then 5-7 seats you can manage here and there, jugaad karke and all that. But we don't know. By 3 o'clock we'll almost know what is the number.
Yeah. So I'm going to call.
Is leading.
Yeah, I'm going to call it now, and I'll come back again in about 5-6 hours. It's now 1 o'clock.
Sure.
1 o'clock India time. Maybe 7 p.m. we'll restart again, and we'll have a clearer picture. Swinji, I would like you to take rest. When are you getting off of this thing? I wanted to sleep and then come.
By 10 o'clock in the night. Because we didn't hope it to go so long. We thought by 12 it will be over. It's now 2:41. Oh my God, it's getting more and more trickier.
No, we looked at the numbers. They are looking a little. There is separation, but that means everybody is staying at where they are. Maybe there is not much of a loss for BJP, but where it is, see, the momentum should not move the other way. I'm looking at, momentum is not moving, but we don't know. I mean,
we don't know. We hope we must get at least 20 more seats here, 20-25 seats, so that you are near to 270 ka ankada. No, then that's a comfort zone where you should be.
Don't rule out what I just mentioned, guys. BJP is not a house united. The way Modi and Amit Shah function, right? All these things are going to come back to haunt you. They didn't take listen to anybody. They said my word is law. People used to joke that it's a 2.5% government. Modi, Amit Shah, and half is Ajit Doval. It may have been needed because there are so many national security issues. It may have been warranted, but there's always that but, And anyway, let's hope for the best. We will come back again in a few hours' time. I might come sooner if I'm able to get up again and go. It's really late for me. I don't stay up this late.
We'll catch up, sir. We'll catch up.
Yes, sir.
By that time, things will be more clear. Thank you, sir. See you soon. Take care.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Bye.
Bye.
Namaskar.